right, peace and blessings, family. Welcome again to another episode of Triple Double Leadership, specifically on how to build your team. It's your brother Tyreek here, Tyreek E-Mac. I'm here with none other than...
Come on, Mr. League of Men.
Mr. League of Men.
We back at it, like we never left.
Come on. Super duper excited about this particular episode. I'm blessed to be here with two of the coaches, two people who I've been very close to. None other than Mr. Kazim Olumiji, Coach K himself.
Coach K.
Coach K is here.
Coach K is here, and I'm here with my ace boom coon. We came through Stevens Institute of Technology together. You know, Coach Isaura Guzman.
That's right. Just call me Coach.
Just call you Coach.
Even my students call me Coach. Coach, put me in the game, Coach.
Special Coaches Edition.
So this is Special Coaches Edition on how to build your team and how to put together an effective team. So one of the main questions I want to start off with is what makes a good coach? Like what actually makes a good coach? Like how can you tell that somebody's going to be a good coach, or what do you all see in yourselves and that you're striving to build into when you're coaching? Either one of y'all could take.
I would say probably where I feel like I turned the corner as a coach was it's about respect. Respect and effort are probably the two biggest keys to coaching. I mean, you can know X's and O's and all of that, but winning a player's respect.
Right.
Like when you walk in and you say something and the like it's almost like a demand, and I don't really like to say it that way because I don't like to feel like I'm overpowering, but at the same time, like I know what my words, sometimes when I say something, I have to like be conscious of it because these girls respect me. Like all my players, all my kids, and the effort, Coaching is not at all just the 2 hours of practice that you put in.
Right.
It is year-round, 24/7, 25/8, all day, every day, middle of the night, text, whatever it is. So when you show that to a player, you win them over, and they will literally run through a wall for you. So that's probably like the key to me.
Yeah, I got a man. She said it all. Sometimes people will rely on their relatability.
Right.
Relatability and respect, two different things. We relate to a lot of people, but you don't necessarily respect the people all the time just because you relate to them. You relate to your brother, you relate to your sister, you relate to your friend. But if that person tell you something, are you really gonna listen to them? Sometimes the people you relate to or relatable ain't really the people that you listen to. And I notice that in coaches sometimes. A lot of coaches, they want to be your friend, and you're friendly coaches, and in that moment to push, they don't go. Because the aspect of I need to listen to what you saying, when you saying it, how you saying it, not no personal, oh, it's my man trying to get away around. You find little ways around that with the relatability thing. But when a coach, man, sometimes like Phil Knight, he wasn't like a relatable coach. He wasn't the most friendly coach. But one of the most winningest coaches.
Right.
He got that respect.
The respect he had, the things he demanded from his players. Man, his players knew what it was. When you got recruited by Phil Knight, you knew what it was when you said, I accept that contract. I accept this scholarship. Beautiful. You knew what it was. Beautiful. So I think that aspect, like she said, just respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
And you find people, whenever you're in a leadership position, right? You trying to make yourself relatable, but you can find yourself. I remember having teachers in high school where they trying to be friends with all of the students. Like, yo, I'm gonna give you a pound. It's like, yeah, bro, that's gonna last a little too before they start disrespecting you. Like, yo, slap you upside the head. Like, yo, I thought we was friends.
You have to have some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? I gotta at least know what I'm talking about,
Exactly.
I have to have some knowledge. So as much as you could be friends and stuff, it's about, you have to have some knowledge and just even just your presence when you walk into a court and a practice. Like, are you that coach who just sits there, you're on your phone? Nah, I'm there 15 minutes early. I'm chilling with my girls. We're talking about things outside of basketball. So that now when it's basketball time to lock in, but I'm showing you that I'm invested in things that are more important, that are just as important as basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm showing you the effort that I'm locked in and I'm listening about your family and your significant other and your grades, it's a little bit different. Oh, coach actually cares. And you want to, they let off a little bit of themselves, and then you kind of let them off some stories, with some censorship. You gotta craft the story, but you want to show them like that you're human too, So relatability is huge. It's
Let me ask you, just to go back what ages, what divisions, what teams do y'all coach?
I coach. So right now I'm an assistant coach at Union City High School girls basketball. So I'm for the varsity team. I was coaching JV a couple years ago, and then kind of to help develop the JV girls into the varsity. So did a little bit of the back end work, and now they're all in the varsity. So I coach that, and I also help coach St. Michael's AAU, which is basically Hudson County girls, I always say like an all-star team. You kind of get the best players from all the schools that you kind of go against, And we have levels. I was coaching 5th and 6th grade, and then 7th and 8th, and then we kind of made like a little bit of high school team. So, from 5th, I would say from 5th to high school, I coach is predominantly my age range.
Tight.
With Nassau Ballers basketball program with me and Coach Eli, I personally coach what they call grammar school or elementary school and middle school. Reason my madness. There's a reason because she knows what I'm saying. She knows what I'm talking about. That's how she got as a coach. It's a thing about sports, right? Once a player hits 8th, 9th grade, start feeling themselves. They start womanhood, manhood. Watch out. I don't have the patience for it.
Right.
At a certain age.
At least you know yourself. You know
I know
yourself.
me. You know what I'm saying? So instead of flashing on somebody's 16-year-old son because he want to go to the NBA tomorrow, I'd rather just deal with the babies. And I'll tell a parent, listen, he's in 8th grade. Listen, he's 8 years old. He's not going to the NBA. Just go get a juicy.
Right.
We're going to do this right here for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Teach him because at that age I could teach them. I could mold them. The problems we having is, as coaches, and you understand is that by the time they get to high school, they done develop so many habits that it's hard to break the habits.
Facts. That's a fact.
So I stay with that young age because if I could drive in different type of principles that like parents don't know, because really at that age you teaching the child, but you really teaching the parents.
Wow.
That's another thing. We'll get into that later.
That's
We'll get into that how we as coaches we teach more than just the players, teach the parents.
Wow.
That's a fact.
Because I'm involved in every aspect of your life.
Right.
So the mom that just dropped the kid off, come late, smell like cigarettes, 20 kids in the car. Like I'm involved now. Once I see what's going on, I gotta get involved. So now, opportunity open now. So now she talking to me. Hey, Coach K, he's doing that. What he's doing in school? Oh, yo, he's not. Put me on the paperwork. See, there's a couple of kids on my team. I'm on their paperwork. I get that phone call. Yo, he's sick.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you get involved now.
You're invested.
So.
Right, you're impacting more than just that life.
Yeah, more than that life.
Impacting
More than that life.
the
More than that
family
life.
that comes
More
behind
than
that
life.
individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generational sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes, I be having players who, and you'll have players sometimes who don't know their father, right? The mother don't know her father.
Wow.
We go in generations, we don't know men.
Not having a male
So when they see
presence.
me now, that's why I dress like
whole
this.
different.
I go to games like this sometimes. So when they see me like this, like, oh, what's that?
He's serious.
Right.
It's only 8-year-olds. What we doing? Now I gotta show them that there's something else.
Right.
So this is why I used everything like that just to show them something different. They don't know nothing different. We dealing with most time underprivileged children. You know what I mean? They don't got the money, finances. So
I agree.
Amazing.
yeah.
Nah, that's fire. And so when it comes to, and I'm gonna ask you this, because you a coach, you've been a leader, you know what I'm saying, from the drill side, different areas, you dealt with different children, different age brackets, you know what I'm saying, across the board. And when it comes to channeling your communication style, right, you got to use the right channel of communication to impact a particular person. If you're dealing with a team, you got 8 to 9 different personalities, different family backgrounds, different experiences that they've been through, but you gotta tune in to that person's style of communication. Like, how do you go about finding that proper channel, tuning into that right station for that person?
Man, I think he just said it too. Spending that time with the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta spend time with the team. Because you learn each player. Like I said, everyone's different. You may yell at a player, he can't handle the yell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With another player, you just need, to say something. They could take the yelling. And sometimes even amongst the team, I gotta give someone else the screaming for somebody else. You know Like they didn't even do nothing, but I know they could take it.
Right,
It's
right,
really
right.
for the other person.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That's
You know,
coaching. That's
Yeah,
coaching.
that's
man.
coaching.
Definitely taking that time to really learn the team, their strengths, their weaknesses, even yourself. Okay, sometimes you gotta know yourself that you're not the one that can speak to that person. Well, these two hang out together. I need to speak to this person to get to that
get
person.
that
Right,
person.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So spending
right.
that time with the team is crucial. Crucial. Like I said, not just showing up for the game or showing up for the practice or you there why they it's the day to day, them phone calls, those other things. And that's how next I was gonna ask, what is the primary central function of a coach? But I think it's definitely just spending that time, bro. Gotta spend that time.
It's back to the whole, what Kay said was about relatability too. That's the time where you tell them about your stories, and to your point, everybody's coach different. I remember my college coach used to ream me. I was getting reamed out one game. I was getting reamed out, and I remember feeling some type of way and telling my roommate, I was like, that's not fair. She doesn't really yell at this person like that. And I don't know if my coach, just had like the
Coach
intuition or something.
Yeah, somebody.
She pulls me into the office and she's like, I just want to let you know, East, like, I yell at you because I know how you grew up. I know where you came from. I can do that to you. It works for you, and that's why I used it to motivate you. Because look, the next game I come out and I have a solid game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't realize that until now that I'm a coach, and I'm like, oh wow,
Yeah.
everything makes perfect sense. But it's all about even relatability. Like she knew my background, she knew I could handle it, and she knew that other girls couldn't, and it's okay. She coached them in a different way, a little bit more encouraging. So it's
Right.
really about that, and also, like I said, it's a lot about finding that one little thing that triggers your player and tapping into it. And sometimes, and to me personally, I don't know about you fellas, but like music is everything. So I use music like a lot of times. I'm here listening to a lyric, listening to a verse, and I'm sending my players screenshots or listen to this artist, or because now or who you listen to. A lot of times I find out who do you listen to because I want to know what's in your ear when you're getting ready for that game. Are you listening to aggressive music because you need that amp? Or are you more like the laid back, you're listening to some chill music because you need to kind of clear your head? And I use music like because it's so important to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that. It's just finding the strategic. It's like winning the battle off the court. Then you win the battle on the court. You know what I'm saying? It's just so. But it's like it's all about the investment and how much effort you put into finding out about these young adults. Because you were there once.
Right. Right.
And
We're not that far
I remember
removed.
who impacted me and why they impacted me when I was young, between teachers and coaches. So I try to like mirror a little bit of everybody's style that like impacted me. I like that this coach did this. I didn't really like too much about that, but I like that this coach taught me this. And I try to make myself and mold
Kinda
myself
mold it
into
around
that.
there.
Plus also I'm an assistant coach. So I go based off of my mentor. Is the yin and the yang.
Right.
If he's gonna go hard, I kind of gotta be the one to coddle them a little bit. Sometimes I want to be the bad cop. Sometimes I want to be the bad cop, but I understand. He told me, "No, you gotta be the good cop." I said, "Okay, whatever it takes." So
He said, I really want to be bad
I
right
really
now.
want to be the bad
I really want
cop.
to go off.
I was like, man,
Nah,
that
we need
brings
the milk.
memories,
We need
man.
some milk.
You know what I'm saying?
My college
man.
coach told me straight up, man. He was like, yo, listen, it's safe for you, man.
Basketball?
He said, "I came all the way out here for this."
Yo,
Wait, coach, I got recruited. Yeah.
nah, he kept it real with me. He was like, yo,
Oh,
he
snap.
told me beginning of the season, he was like, yo, you gotta put some weight on. All right, this is the regimen. Got the regimen. It was
Couple
steak,
steaks, some
couple
egg whites.
steaks, egg whites. We talking before 9 o'clock.
Like, I ain't
I'm,
rocking.
I'm not used to that, so I'm not with it. So I tried it for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Start throwing up in the morning. I'm feeling sick, and I played a game, right? So we played a scrimmage game against Cal State, LA, and the point guard put me in the post 3 times. Heard the timeout call. Coach was like, "Yo, I told him this shit ain't for you. Like, go over there, grab that clipboard and the bags, man." And I thought about it. I was offended.
Another way you can help.
Nah,
the
but
team
listen.
out, right?
Here's the crazy part. I was offended at first, but then I thought about it. There's something in this, right? And I learned how to organize people and how to coach
Tough.
from watching him on the bench getting played. I'm talking about I'm getting played, yo, Greg, yo. I'm talking about the team to take the jerseys off and be like, yo, Zim, yo, here, no powder this time. Like, and throw the joint, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like that.
No
Like,
powder
hit me
this
with the... Stay. Compression shorts and stuff. You catching them? Yo, make sure I said in the morning, no powder, B. He had powder in my joint last time, make me itch. I'm like, all right. But then I learned how to organize men, though. But I learned how to organize men because, and my coach's thing was this, and it was then another point. I got scholarships that the school gives me. I gave out 10. You came to the school, paid your own money, walked on. Why would I make you play over 10 guys I pay for? And it made me realize life ain't fair, but if you can get in and fit in, you might be the man one day. So I learned, I got in, I went to Hawaii, I went to Utah, I went to Las Vegas, I went everywhere. I was on the bench, I washed clothes, I ate good, I learned a lot, but I learned the lesson. Yeah, but I learned the lesson from my coach saying that to me. Because I could have took it the wrong way and went another way with it. But I listened to him. I'm like, damn, what is he saying to me? Why he keeps saying this not for me? And I thought about it, like, yo, listen. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. Me and Kyrie Irving the same age, and I don't think I'm good, but
I don't know.
Keep it real. When I look at the NBA, I'm like, you know what? He made it. Yeah, it's pretty much. It's pretty good.
He's dedicated.
Hey, yo, it's something both of y'all touched on, which I think is key, because your coach was able to identify it. And you was able to identify it, right? Which is like when you're dealing with
I didn't even realize that.
your team, you know, it's strategy in warfare is doing recon, right? You got to do proper recon because you got to learn and identify the lay of the land before you wage your attack. You got to know where their communication base is. You got to know when they're bringing in extra supplies, what direction they're bringing it in, right? So what you all talking about when it comes to learning your plays, learning what they can take, as opposed to imposing your coaching style, I'm spending time with them. I'm learning what music you listen to. Because now, if I can talk to you from the direction that you are already feeding yourself every day, I can build on it. And I actually learn your style of communication. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to drill music all day and I listen to Nas and Hov, it's going to be hard to talk to you. I don't understand what you're talking about. And that was one thing coming up. You know, we used to, when Alt was training our team, he'd be like, yo, what's your favorite movie? I'm like, yo, what this got to do with drilling? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, mine the Lion King. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody Lion King, this person's state property. He got to use two different forms of communication, you know what I'm saying, to talk to a person who knows state property versus the Lion King. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important, you know, really beginning to understand and learn, like, okay, I can't just come in and impose my style. You know what I'm saying? I gotta learn who you are. Like, I run an engineering department, and one of the first things I did was when I sat with each one of my team, those who's on my team, I wanted to know what college you went to. I wanted to know what type of design you did. I wanted to know what background, where you come from. And then now I refer to those same notes when I jump on one-on-ones. I've been managing them for about 8 months. I'm like, man, I need this person to do this. Let me open that up. Let me say, oh, right, he the one who went to Utah. Oh, he did this.
Because you got to think about it. I mean, we're human beings. We love to think about ourselves at some point. So if you're going to bring something that relates to me, you're going to get my attention faster. You know, I told you, I lived in a bunch of different countries. I lived in Rwanda. I lived in India. I lived in China. I lived in South Africa. And I remember I was in Rwanda, and I heard somebody speaking Spanish in Rwanda, in the middle of Africa. I've been here for a couple months now. And I heard Spanish, and the way I broke my neck to go, so now right away I go, and it was two people. It was a chick and this other dude. They were from Spain. I don't even relate to Spain. I'm Dominican. But you speak Spanish. We out here together. It's
Spanish.
us three against the world, you know? But right away, and then you go, you exchange numbers, and then you go and you tell them they're new. So I'm like, all right, come hang out with us. And now that person feels a little bit more comfortable. Now we have something, you know? So at the end of the day, when you find what people like, you're going to get their attention. Because you're talking about something that, well, they like.
They like.
So
They
of course they're
understand.
gonna listen, you know?
Right.
I mean, think about those engineering classes we took
Oh my
at
God.
Stevens. Some of them I'm like, nah, this like you're not grabbing my
Speaking of-
attention. But some teachers were, you know, some
Right.
professors were able to like hook it in a way that it's like, all right, this class may have been boring, but you found a way to
Right.
drag
To talk
catch
to
my
the way I
attention.
understand.
Exactly.
Nah, that's
said
key.
something also too that was deep. I want to skip over this part. I think if you, I don't know the real numbers are, but if you ask most coaches, they themselves never won a championship as a player. Like Phil
Okay.
Jackson don't have no rings as a player, but as a coach, he got 6. So when K said that, and I thought about that quote, said those who can do, those who can't teach. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's true. Sometimes because you can't. We talked about Michael Jordan earlier. So most people, once they leave the NBA or whatever, they go become a coach. He opted not to. He said the way the game was, he felt like he could. It would have been unjust to expect the same thing from the same team. And he said emotionally he couldn't deal with it.
Makes sense.
And I said, damn, here's a guy that won 6 championships. You know what I'm saying?
How can you not?
Right.
You know what that remind me of?
You know?
Jerry West. Y'all watch about Jerry West for the Lakers, the logo.
Okay.
He was playing with the Lakers when he was kind of, time was up a little bit, Lakers gonna win, but he was one of them like, yo, he won't win, like I want to win, like.
Right.
So he, instead of them like letting him go, they gave him the coaching job. Couldn't do it because they wanted him to coach. First of all, Jerry West didn't want to coach Magic Johnson. He didn't want to draft Magic Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
crazy.
But
I
his
believe
same
it.
thing though. He was so intense, he couldn't coach. He's like, yo, I can't do this, bro.
Right.
He said, yo, they not like me. Like I'm a winner. These dudes is you know what I mean? It's hard, bro. Like when you go so hard, like you drill. When you watch drill videos all day, 14, 16 hours a day, dudes coming through left face, right face. I'm tired. Like tired.
Yeah.
It's almost like
I don't
the
care.
question would be, how do you build that desire in your team or in a person? You know what I'm saying? Like because they don't see the hours that y'all put in. You know what I mean? Like your school schedule is probably like 9 to 5, but you working 9 to 10. How do you put that same level of desire and enthusiasm into your team to want to go?
one thing I did was I had like I said, I got 6th graders, right? They're all in 7th grade now. Some of them in 8th grade. So I had them for like 2-3 years now. And what I did was every team comes with a stud. Every team comes with a kid. He's just nice. You mean phenomenal, raw talent, or just got it. Usually he don't make it. He burned out 6 months. He gone.
Wow, that's heavy.
That's
Gone. He's gone.
Heavy. That's heavy.
His mind is here. He's already telling you, I'm trying to go to the NBA for my mom. He's gone. So it's like you can't teach him. That horse ready to go. Let him go. There's a kid on the team. He's not good. He's there though. He's like everything you say. He's like this.
Locked in.
You grab him. You make him the man. Everybody follow. Now coaches, yo, coach, what you talk? Because I'd be like, yo, look, remember, I got a kid on my team. It was Nelson. Couldn't play a lick of basketball. Couldn't play a lick though. I like his jump shot. He had nice form. Form was nice. He come to practice on time. He bringing people. I'm like, how you knew bringing people? I had a black on one day. Like, how you bring people to practice? You don't bring nobody to practice.
Right.
It's my
At least let me
practice.
know.
You just got here.
At least let
Yeah,
me know.
you just got here. How you bring it? But
juice
I
yet?
like this. I like this energy though. I'm like, oh, he bringing people.
You got no juice
Oh,
yet.
he won it. Now I got team captains
Yeah.
already, but he act like a captain.
Right.
Washed him. Other guys fizzled out. Yo, Nelson, I want you to do the jumping jacks. You started off. Yo, Nelson, why everybody running around, man? You been here the longest, man. Why everybody? Yo, Nelson, what's going on? Yo, Nelson, what's wrong with his shorts? Yo, put it on Nelson. So now Nelson he has to mold into me and become, coaches. So when I'm driving with him, coaches, the captain of the team is supposed to be the coach on the floor. Drop, like she said, rap a line, drop
That's
a line
it.
on him.
That's
Drop a
it.
line on him.
Make 'em
Drop
feel
a line on
relevant,
him.
you know what
They
I'm
just
saying?
soak it up. They just soak it up. And then you get that championship, or you get that MVP, and then everybody goes, Coach. So what was you saying, Coach?
Yep.
How you?
How did
Coach,
he get that?
Right.
You build one amongst the group. You
The
raise one from
Yep.
amongst us
Wow.
as the
Wow.
example of
And
the
it
whole
doesn't,
thing.
and to his point, it's not always just the best player. You have to, and we were talking about this earlier
Yep.
with Eli. It's about everybody has a role, and I learned that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're young, you don't realize it, but then my mentor kind of just like drilled that in my head.
true.
Like everybody has a role, so make that kid that's always on the bench feel great by highlighting them in practice.
Right.
Did you see the way that she sprinted to the wing?
Right.
Any little thing that one player now never gets. Here's the star players always getting highlighted in school, getting dapped up, getting spoken about.
Right.
But now in practice, I'm making sure I'm making the people feel. And you know what was funny? A couple years ago when I first started, one of my players, Alondra, she was funny. She actually said to me, I was in the court, I was in the gym, and you know everybody's at a different basket, and somebody made a shot in, and I'm rebounding at a different basket with another girl, and I yelled across the gym like, you know, hey, good shot. I forgot who it was to, and she said, I want one of those, like basically calling me out, like, yo, you're always just paying attention to certain players. I want you to see me. I'm making shots too. And I said, wow, that sat with me. It was like it was like 3-4 years ago. I said, you know what? That's a good point. So now as a coach, she held me accountable. Now in practice, I'm trying to make sure that I'm highlighting everybody, and not just. I mean, it's a little different. When you have younger kids, you highlight the smallest things.
Right.
Look the way he ties his
Look how he
shoes.
bounced it.
I don't know. But at the high school level, you really try to find something that's a little bit more significant. You know, you try to just find a role for that player. You find a role because if they feel good about what they're doing and that responsibility, then they want to, you know, continue that energy. And it's, you know, I mean, energy.
And it gets deeper because remember, we trying to coach these. I'm gonna be real, man. If I coach 100 kids my whole life, one going to the one. That's the average. Out of 100, I might get one to go to college, not NBA. College basketball scholarship. One out of 100. But what am I also? But out of the 100, what I got though? The next future adults.
Right.
So the picture's bigger. So like she's
So
saying,
big.
roles, knowing, yo, bro, you ain't, listen, man, everybody ain't going, listen, there's way more average people,
Yeah, facts.
right?
Then special.
Right? Who need to overcome some obstacles in their life to be great, than there are great people who need to get over their own head to be, you see that? It's way more average people, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I love you, bro. You average like me. It's the average crowd you in. You're not in the stud crowd because you was in
I
stud.
say you average like me. Like,
Bro,
it's us together.
I tell parents
We average.
this type of stuff. I tell parents. You feel me? If your kid was a stud, he wouldn't be with Coach K. He would be with LeBron's son.
Yeah, word. No.
But the fact that you here with me, giving me $200 to play, your kid's not a stud, and we gonna work on that. But again, the point I'm trying to make is like, we are training them to be the next future leaders, the next future doctors, lawyers. You gotta know that you may be the man or you may be the role player. You might be the celebrity, you might be the driver.
Right.
That's it.
But be happy in what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying to you?
And
Everybody
go hard.
everybody want to be a millionaire.
We all do.
Feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
But what's a millionaire? What's a guy that makes $100,000 but pays $90,000 in bills versus a guy that makes $60,000 and pays $10,000 in bills? I don't know. I'd rather be the comfortable guy. So I'm trying to teach these kids to be comfortable in themselves. Mind you, they going through personality changes. You know, kids shaving their heads, gold hair, different colors. Life, you know, we dealing with a lot in society as adults. We can't deal with it. So it's just all about giving them tools to be able to use. Again, remember they don't got parents, some of them.
Right.
Parents working 16, 18 hours. So giving them the tools. I know you're giving a lot of tools.
100%.
I know that. Phone
You
calls
have to.
2 in the morning. I don't.
You have to. And keeping them involved.
Yeah. I know you're dealing with that. I know. You got high school girls too.
And
Phone ringing.
Inner city Latina.
Right.
Your phone ringing. I know your phone
Something
ringing.
both of y'all kind of stated when it came to dealing with y'all teams. It was a focus on younger players, right? And I was studying, watching this video on Doc Rivers, where he had implemented something, and we're gonna talk about it later. But he focused on implementing that new culture with his rookie players. And then I was watching a documentary, 30 for 30. I can't remember what football team it was, but when he was trying to change the coach was trying to change the culture of the team. And he was like, man, the scenes was all over the place, late to practice, doing what they want to do. He said, I'm focusing on the freshmen. He focused on the freshmen, and he rebuilt that culture with the freshmen to the point that when they were running the practice, as the freshmen became sophomores and juniors, they ran their own practice.
Yep.
He said the freshmen ran their own. He said that team ran their own practice, and they got so good to the point that when the head coach left, the new coach was the assistant coach that came in. He said he didn't even have to do nothing because the players ran their own practice.
Yep.
But I was like, man, so it's a specific strategy on dealing with the new blood.
I feel that. So actually, let me tap into this because
gonna ask you.
this is such a important part of my coaching career in Unicity High School. We started, my mentor and I took over the program. This is our 6th year, so we're in year 6. And in year 1, it was rough. Boy, was it rough. We had the seniors coming in whenever they wanted because whatever the culture was before.
That's what you
That's what
inherited.
it was. That's what we inherited.
Right.
We had a senior, our best player, the only girl who could get the ball over half court, quit on us 2 weeks before the playoffs. Damn. Like, this is what we were dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But we started. My mentor started an 8th grade team, and there was 6 8th graders on that team, 6 8th graders that all came in as freshmen. So in our 2nd year, they were freshmen. That's the team. We just finished coming off of winning the state sectional championship last season. They were all seniors.
Come on.
So it started, we always say, that championship last year started 5 years ago when they were in 8th grade.
Wow.
And we got a good coach to put, we put them around a really good coach.
So you had the 8th graders playing JV.
No, we just had the 8th graders being developed properly. We did it, the farm system.
Got you. I know exactly what you said, farm
school,
system. I know you're talking about.
And then when they came in as freshmen, now they at least knew how to do a left-hand layup. They knew a little bit of defensive principles, shout out Coach Jen for making that happen, back then. And then when they came in as freshmen, I was the JV coach. So now my mentor and I were very involved with that group. So now we're going to their games, we're going to their practices. So I'm watching these girls. I'm seeing what Coach Jen has already done. So that now when they come to me in the JV team, and they played varsity JV because we were not good, so they were gonna automatically play varsity. And then JV, I would always develop them, and it's a big part of the staff as well. The staff, we're always in communication. Like, my mentor is always in communication with his whole staff, and we're always talking about this player and what this person needs and what we need to work on these skills. By the time those girls came in, when we developed them as 8th graders, through COVID, through everything, every year our record got better and better and better. And last year we had no business doing what we did, but we did because the chemistry was built 5 years ago. And of those six girls
throw
that
that
came,
ring out there real quick.
of those, and we won. And we won that. And of those 6 girls, 2 of them quit. So last year we only had 4 of our seniors.
Right.
Because 2 of them wound up quitting over the last couple of years. But the center was together, but it started when they were in 8th grade. So huge to what the documentary you're talking about. And I know you work with developmental kids.
Yeah.
I mean, not developmental. You work with the younger kids. So you're literally doing developmental basketball, fundamentals, jump stops, all the things that coaches don't want to do.
At all.
You just want to win the championships and get the rings and all of that, but you don't want to put the work in. It comes. And that's why it starts at a young age. And I'll leave y'all with this. My mentor said, I remember when the point guard, the captain from last year, Eleni, when she was in 8th grade, a freshman, she was playing varsity, and the senior point guard was the same. So my coach always said he would give the freshman minutes over the senior at some point, and it's like, oh, why would you do that? It's like, doesn't matter which one you're putting out there, they're going to produce the same thing. They're going to make the same turnovers. So give the experience to the younger girl to get the speed of the game. So by the time she's a senior, she's not making the same mistakes the senior's making. Wow. So give the opportunity to the younger player at the same level. Unless you have a stud. Now, if your senior point guard's a stud, you keep her in. But if she's making the same mistakes and missing the same jump shots, I'm putting in the freshman, we're going to lose anyway. But we're going to gain experience. We're going to gain experience. And 4 or 5 years later, now we're the ones winning. You know what I'm saying? So
and see, sometimes, and it's so crazy. I'm thinking about times I've watched games, and I'm like, yo, why is that coach doing that? Why would you put that person in? It's like you have no idea.
So much more to
the
it.
longer term strategy, as you said, farming them. You know what I'm saying? Starting them at a certain level. Yeah. And knowing what that vision looks like.
We lose them too at that age, because if you don't teach them, when you lose them, bro. Because you gotta think about it, if you're 9 and I don't teach you how to go left hand all the way, stop, and go up like this, and I just try to get a win, I just press. What happens to you when you get older? You lose. When we talking about, I was talking about you guys about this before. Like when you look at like armies and militaries, and people are like, yo, cops aren't trained, but it's like, yeah, the cops are they're going through that's being sped through their training course and then thrown into level 7
Yep.
combat. Like
Right.
you miss 1, 2, how to engage, stop somebody.
Right.
Let me meet your mommy.
Word.
You missed all that. You went straight
Straight
to
in Warzone.
straight to
What I
Warzone. So we
expected to
missing
do.
all these levels,
That's a
and they
fact.
miss all them levels. So when they get to high school, she got a problem with them because they got a bad attitude, bad parent situation. They just you know. What I'm
And we're
saying?
not being efficient in practices because now I got to sit there and teach you how to do a left hand layup because somebody failed you when you were in 6th grade.
And
You
you
know what
don't
I'm
see it. You mad at shit. She not playing you.
Yep.
You're not
100%.
seeing that. No, you talking about. Look, I'm doing it. Like you're not doing it right though. And then it becomes a thing. And then you see we losing time. We losing time. We losing time. So that's why people like to. She's right with the farming system. As long as everybody's in the right court, it helps bring out a better result. So I like that you guys did. That was pretty dope though. That was pretty dope. Grab them young. Grab them young.
Favorite album is called The Blueprint.
Right. Come on, son. Drop that. Huh?
Where you from again? Where you from?
So we know.
Where you from? What city you from? Brooklyn.
Wait, you would have said.
Brooklyn.
Couldn't
Brooklyn.
say, right?
I would have never figured that out.
But
Not by your accent.
just that.
I have a Brooklyn
Just
accent.
that term blueprint. Right?
Right.
Like y'all figured out the blueprint.
Yeah.
How to create a championship team. So that even when you
Yeah.
leave, it's the book. So
That's
you
the
do.
book.
Right.
It's the book. 'Cause
Right.
I come in like, yo, how you did it? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how. Nah, you gotta go 5 years in. I know.
Yep.
What's your favorite quote from? We was talking about the coach from Remember the Titans.
Oh,
he was talking
man.
about his plays. Denzel Washington. What he said about his plays.
Oh right, right. He said I run 4 plays. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. He said they're good, they're efficient.
Right.
He said go down like Novocaine. That's it, man.
Go down like Nova
Very
King.
basic.
That's it, basic. I run 4 basic plays.
Yo, I thought about
He said, yo, this is a thin playbook. He said I run 4 basic
That's
plays.
it.
Yo, and
That's all it is.
Yo, and I
Like,
thought
go to
about
work.
it. I'm like, yo, wait, because I play football. I play football.
Right.
How you got 4 plays?
Basic
That's
plays.
insane.
4 basic
And
plays?
I'm gonna say, even as a spectator, I hated San Antonio. I was like, they too.
Yo,
I ain't seen no
robotic.
Yeah,
Yo,
nothing juicy.
Hit
me with
So when
oh.
they started winning them championships,
Yo,
I'm
oh.
like, yo, maybe that
It was
basic
in
shit-
Western
Man, there's
Conference,
something in the
Western
water.
Conference
There's something in the
Finals
water.
every year.
I mean, no
Every
one
year.
goes
Every
past
year.
that.
How you wait to the Western Conference
That's
Final all the
every
time?
time.
Now you better win a chip, but
Right.
you get to the finals every
Every
year.
year.
Nah,
I
that's
just
not right.
think the
That's
one
not right.
person is like, yo, what are they doing
It's
there?
truly team
That's
basketball.
allowing them
It's a team.
basketball.
Greg Popovich is what they doing.
Facts.
They coach. Greg
Facts.
Popovich, he got a system. You gotta remember, Greg Popovich. Tim Duncan started with Greg Popovich. That was his first
And
coach.
ended with
And David Robinson. That was
Yep.
the original
Yep.
Twin Towers. They beat the Knicks 99 for the championship. When the Knicks was the 8th seed. Come on, man, we getting some basketball. We get the stats. I don't want to go
Get to the
crazy.
stats.
I don't want to go
NBA
crazy. You know
level.
what I'm saying?
Yo,
We
before
trying
we
to build a
transition
championship
to the
here.
next question, Kevin,
Yes,
we
sir.
need to turn the light on? Rolling. We touched on this a little bit earlier. I was watching a coach's documentary on Netflix, listening to Doc Rivers, and he was talking about this African term, Ubuntu. That I think he was talking to somebody, and they were like, yo, you need to adopt this. And the person who was introducing him to it was like, yo, this isn't a word. He kept saying, like, yo, this is not a word. This is not a word. Ubuntu, this isn't a word. Like, don't treat it like it's a word. It's a way of life.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, and then when he began to explain it, it's just the essence of a human being. I have to learn from other humans how to be human. He said, and he adopted it and brought it into the team, and had the rookies kind of buy in. And when I thought about that, I was watching the Last Dance documentary, listening to Phil Jackson, and he had brought in different things as it related to the one-mindedness. You know what I'm saying? One breath, one mind, and he referred to it as bringing the team into the idea of just being mindful, like not being lost in everything, being lost in the victory or being lost in the defeat. Be mindful, one-mindedness. And I'm like, man, I feel like every coach has to develop this way of implementing this unification between the teams and between the players, bring everybody to this one mind. And I want to see, like, have you all, like, what strategies have you all utilized to develop that one-mindedness? You know what I'm saying? Or that central theme of unity. This is how I'm gonna bring the team around, just being unified under this one objective that we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, well, honestly, I feel like that, if we're talking about culture, right, we're talking about
Right.
a program, not just, because a culture, right, is you're thinking about the long term. But every year the team has a different identity because of things like new players coming in, players leaving. So you always have to find what the drive, and I mean, in my, like, what I think, you always have to find what is the one, what's gonna be the motivating factor. And it could be anything, right? It could be like for example, this year, and my mentor is really, he's been doing this for 20 something years. He was the head coach when I was in high school for the boys team. So he's been around, he coached under Coach Hurley, he played for Coach Hurley. So he understands that it's more, you have to find like that one phrase or something like Ubuntu, like that you're gonna rally around. And like this year right now, we're doing 1424. And 1424 is like 1% of your day to get better.
Wow.
1% of your day is 14 minutes, 24 seconds. That's literally 1% of your day.
14.
So 14, 14 minutes, 24 seconds. It's every single day he implements it. Like, you know, we just started our season on Monday. So every day he implements it in our practices. He texts it to the girls, to the group. And that's what we need right now that's gonna drive us. Last year we had a lot of adversity in the championship run, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll probably touch upon this later. But we had a really rough parts in the season, so you have to find one. Like if you have a bad loss or something, you have to find one objective to make you that motivates the whole team, because we all felt that. You all experienced that. This is like where you take away the individualness that we were talking about before. I got to know how this player, what this person likes, how to coach everybody differently. Now you got all these collective, these different personalities, and you got to find one feeling. I would say feeling, because it's all about, your impact in life is how you make people feel, not what you're saying or what you're doing. It's really about how you make somebody feel when you interact with them. That's how I believe you're more impactful in life. What's one feeling that everybody can relate to that's gonna carry out this mission for us to reach our goals? So like, and like, I personally don't have, off the top of my head, I can't think of like a certain phrase or word, that I picked, because I was coaching younger girls. I haven't really had my own program, but from my mentor, I learned it's in the off season, you have to find what is it that's gonna drive you to accomplish this goal. And you think about these NBA teams, right? They all have different philosophies on their shirts that they're rallying around, that the whole team can feel like, everybody has that one saying that everybody just kind of says. In college we had that one year, it was our junior year. I believe that we will win. I believe, when that song, that little chant came on, we did it every single game, and we rallied around it. And in the locker room, we would put it on walls and vision, and just always making it like that you can see it, so that the goal is always relevant. Every time I hear, I believe I can win, I believe that we can win, like it brings me back to a time, to a specific moment. When you see it on the wall, that's the goal. Every time. And I remember we talked about it once in college where we put a Post-it, right? We forgot who told us, but you put a Post-it with your goal, and you put it somewhere that's visible. In I hope every day somebody gonna brush their teeth, right? So you put it on your bathroom mirror, so that every single day when you're in that bathroom, you're seeing the goal is it's in the forefront.
It's right there.
It's in the forefront. Because if you leave it out of sight, out of mind, it's gonna be out of mind. It's
gonna be out of ability.
So I just feel like you gotta find like that. What's the one? And every season it changes. At least in my experience, what's the one thing that's gonna motivate everybody the most?
Right.
And, Ubuntu works for some people.
Right.
Yeah, it just changes. Whew. But it's really just about what's the one feeling that everybody can relate to. Back to what Kay was saying before, everybody can relate to. That's gonna drive the mission, which is, at the end of the day, getting a championship.
Right. Man, that's tight.
That's what I feel.
That's tight. And I heard the minister say this. Minister Farrakhan said this once, and you said, having something of a focal point that's at the center, because he gave a different definition to the word balance. I always thought balance, you got two things of equal weight on both sides. He was like, nah, when you have God at the center, and then everything is like connected like a tether ball around it. It's like, right, when you got that sets your balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, right, it gives you that equal weight. And so when you touched on it, East, when you're dealing with team, regardless of the age, and you take a loss, right? You take a loss. We how much? I mean, what years we lost? 11. Few years we took.
I was like, few years. Hold up.
Yeah.
I can't even keep count of them on my
And
hand.
it's a loss too, right? You talk about second place loss.
Right, like
Yeah, yeah.
well,
Like you were there.
We were right there. It's
Yeah.
like,
Right there.
I mean,
Like,
one
arguably.
year the judge told us that you got lost by like a point. Like a point. Like a point? Like when you get blown out, you get blown out.
Now you
Yeah,
start
like
looking
that.
at each other.
It
like,
wasn't in the books for us.
What's you know what I'm saying? Listen, like coach, college judge, maybe it's not for you.
No,
You know
not
what
for
I'm
you, bitch.
saying? But when you get close and lose,
Grab that clipboard.
you put that much work in.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It does something to your soul.
Right.
General Patton. He got there's a line he said. He said, a good plan executed violently now
Oof. Violent, that's a great word.
is better than a perfect plan next week.
Damn.
Whoa.
Hold on. Everybody just gotta take a second. Everybody
we
just.
gotta let that marinate a little.
Let that juice.
I'm about to send that to one of my rapper friends. Like, I need you to put this in a
Good
song or
plan.
something. I don't know.
A good plan executed violently now is better than a perfect plan next week.
Damn.
It's all in the moment. It's all about in the moment right
Tell
now.
the team that.
Executed
So I
violently.
used to tell the team. So I used to tell the team
Fact.
that my team, we got this saying, sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. You feel what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that.
I try to make them know, like, it ain't always about you, bro. Like, it really ain't about you. Like I'm late. It ain't about me, bro. I'm late. So what? It ain't about me. We still got a game to do. You feel what I'm saying? I tell my kids all the time, got a job.
Word.
I don't have no children, 3 dogs and a wife. I can easily find a reason not to coach today. You know what I'm saying? I got $1,000,001.
Yeah.
We just start with number 1. I don't got no children. Let's start with the
Stopped at
number 1.
99. I got a million.
You feel me? Let's start at the number 1. I don't got no children. You know what I'm saying?
99.
So it's like, but I'm here for you. So it's all about us.
Right.
So we all gotta be
Could've been
involved
anywhere
in
in this
sometimes
world.
you, sometimes me, always us. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm definitely gonna steal some.
Oh yeah, nah, that's
I'm writing
it.
these down,
Yeah.
taking it back to my team.
Like I need this tape to run back. Like,
crazy.
Oh, coach,
You know
I got
what
a
I'm
quote
saying?
for us for this
Yeah,
year.
okay.
Back of the shirt. Back of the shirt. Back of the
centralized
shirt.
thing. But that's real, man. And I was listening to Dawn Stately, right, legendary coach, and she said that she's tough. She's tough.
Yeah, she's
man.
a beast.
just tough. She's
She's
a
all
legend.
in, man.
All in. And she said she had the 24-hour rule. 24-hour rule. Like whether we won or whether we lost, you can only stay in that. You can bask in that space for 24 hours.
That's a fact.
After that, when that 25th hour hit,
New business.
it's new business.
New business.
And I was reading a book, 33 Strategies of War, where it talk about is always forget your last battle. Forget your last battle. Whether you won that battle, whether you lost. Forget the battle. You take the lessons that you learned from it.
tough.
But forget the battle. You're not getting stuck
about
in the
the action
intricacies.
and all that.
It's over now. You on to a whole nother battle now.
I want to go back to what you said about the 24 hours basket. I got a different philosophy.
Okay.
I tell my players and parents, you can't talk to me for 24 hours. Let me tell you why though.
He's saying boundaries.
Once the game is over and the whistle's blown, we can't talk. Don't talk to me for 24 hours. Because
I'm
everything you
basking.
saying is no, hear me. Everything
I
you
got
say
you.
is emotional.
Right,
True.
right.
You in emotions. Tomorrow, when we talk about it, you're gonna be like, you probably ain't gonna
wasn't
call
the
me.
same, yeah.
You're not gonna call me. Yo, my son ain't getting the game. We gotta talk about now. Why he ain't getting the third quarter? Like, talk to me tomorrow about it. 25 hours. It's time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's only basketball. Let's breathe. We talk tomorrow. And tomorrow you come back and say, you know what?
You thought about it, you reflected, you
Right.
processed.
But tomorrow you
We
won't
all
be.
do
But
that.
tomorrow you won't curse. You won't
Exactly,
yell. I'm not
100%. You
screaming.
can still talk about it, but you really
calm.
even reflect.
Not
and-
emotion.
Not emotional.
emotional.
You're
You
not
let them
talking from
sit
the
in it,
emotional
then they come to
standpoint.
practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So I kind of like, yo, I don't really think about it, bro. I tell the kid, when the game is over, I tell parents this. Here's another quote.
You give
Where
them
my
all.
man? Where we at?
Where
Over
my
here?
little black book at?
Parents, when the game is over, you got 5 words for your child. 5 words. I like watching you play. Nothing else.
Wow.
You're not a player. You don't play no ball. You're not the coach. You're not a
You went there to
trainer.
watch.
You ain't nothing. You're a parent.
I thought I knew him. This is a new man. You see the suit? It's the blazer.
It's a suit.
It's the cream.
It's the
Like
suit.
it's different.
Kind of a big deal. Kind of a
the
big
coordination. We
deal.
got
But
the
I'm
dark
saying
blue.
no, but
Come on,
because
son.
look, And I like to speak on this because sometimes we get on the players, right? But like I said, again as a coach, right? When they're young, it's the parents more than the players. Man, I'll tell you, gonna talk on that, right? You got nowadays we watch. A referee was killed a couple of months ago in Dallas at an annual football game. So tell me why there's no reason. So when you think about it, a youth coach died at a youth football game. The dad felt like he didn't make the right call. So the coaches in them try to beat the ref up. The other dudes, they all start fighting and then they kill the ref.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This happens all the time. Rumbles at the games, at the parks, kids fighting, parents coming to break it up. You don't touch my son, punch the other dad. This type of stuff we deal with. This is the madness we deal with. And the kids are sitting like this. You see what I'm saying? So my time, I'm talking to parents screaming, yo, you got to scream? Outside.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's a fact.
Matter of fact, I did this last practice. I said to the dads, yo, if you don't want to put on a shirt that say coach, I don't want to hear it. And if it's not, and if I'm not the coach that you can't, if you're not, hit the brakes.
Yeah,
It's not gonna do that. We're not doing it this shit. Cause all the, yo, my son is the, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, rep it. And then it causes a problem. And then again, it brings a certain energy. So I always try to tell them, like, just tell your kid, like, I like watching you play. If you want to add something to it, would you like to hear my voice? Give him the option. He could be like, nah, I'm straight.
Because sometimes kids need that.
Don't play no ball.
Kids also word, yo, and kids also need their time to reflect.
Yeah,
you know?
they need that.
Like,
Because remember, you yelling,
you just got
I'm
yelled
yelling,
at by
ref
your
yelling,
coach, and you
team
don't
yelling,
exactly.
parents yelling, other parents yelling, everybody yelling,
100%.
and then you get a call, yo, motherfucker should shut that joint for 3-point. I told you about the jump shot. Did I tell you? Don't listen to your coach. It's too much talking, bro. Just let him be a kid.
And it goes back, actually, you touched upon a great point because it goes back to, I've always said this, I've always talked to my homies about coaching because I've been so passionate about it. And it's I need to know as much about the parents. What's your parenting style?
Right.
Are you more disciplinary at the house? Then that means when you're coming to practice, you don't need more rah-rah. Sometimes you do.
Right.
And sometimes I have to.
Right.
But if I can ease the blow because you're always getting it at home.
Right.
And that's the reality of some of the kids you're gonna get.
That's true.
You're gonna get kids who are always in, and then there's some parents who, I don't even like parents. I don't even like parents in my practice. I don't like parents in my practice because then you have the kid who, during the water break, their mom's like wiping their forehead. Are you kidding me?
Right.
It-
Like, let them sweat.
Put your head back.
you know what
Put your
I'm
head
saying?
back.
Yeah, like-
Spray water in his mouth.
Nah, you know what? Drink your water over here. with the
17,
team.
bro. What we doing right
You know
now?
what I'm saying? So it's like, and if you're one of those parents, I'm gonna have to discipline you a little bit extra hard because you need to have a little.
That adversity.
In life, you gotta be able to. In life, we gotta be able to be put in different situations. Now we're talking about life. We're talking about using coaching in a way of bringing it to life. You have to be able. Me and my brother Michael James, we always talk about this. About see me in all my situations when I'm happiest, when I'm sad, when shit hits the fan, when we just finished winning, when I'm on the highest of highs. You gotta be able to see me on the situations to really say you know me. Don't say you know me because you see me when I was happy. And now I'm in a bad mood because we lost the game and you're tiptoeing around me and stuff. No. You gotta let a kid be in all different situations. So if you're always getting coddled at home, I gotta tell you, because guess what? You might have a boss who's gonna be a little bit more disciplinary. And I gotta teach. I failed you if you got to that point in life and you couldn't handle somebody yelling at you a little bit and you quit your job and now your family's struggling because you couldn't take a little bit of yelling. Are you kidding me?
I quit. Oh, okay.
Damn, you done gave up your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Parents that allow their children to quit teams or parents that move their children from team to team to team, they develop the child that's gonna look at their job and be like, I gotta do this. I don't want to do this.
This is easy.
It's like, what you gonna do?
So you got basically a sports coach and a life coach.
All in one.
No.
All in one.
100%
More of a life
coach.
More of a life. Man.
I'm a life
I got my
coach.
certification to be a life
Man,
coach. And as
and
y'all
I-
talking, I'm like, yeah, this is
You're hearing a lot of stuff.
real life coaching.
And I wanted
You know what I'm
to,
saying?
that was something I wanted to
That's-
touch on too.
Yeah.
It's really real.
Because even growing up, it's like when all had us in drill practice. I mean, if we in a 2-hour practice, we probably was drilling for like 30 minutes
Right.
out of the 2 hours.
Because you being
The
life.
other hour and a half was
out.
taking us through mental drills.
Yeah.
Yo, so let's say you want a train car and you see a guy with a trench coat come on and it's the middle of June. What you gonna do? Like, cat, is the car moving? Is the train rolling?
Hit that left step harder.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna run. I
So
don't
even
even
with
know.
the word coach, right? The word coach has a meaning in transportation, as we all know, right? Coach, like railroad car, coach car, right? Right? Sports, right? Which means an athletic instructor or trainer, right? That's the noun. The verb is train or instruct a team or player, right? And in the educational realm, as a noun, it's a tutor who gives private or specialized teaching. The verb is give someone extra or private teaching, teach a subject or sport as a coach.
Teach a subject, man.
But
Teach, like,
the word we keep finding, teach, instruct.
teach.
You know what I'm saying?
all
Like
the
all
same,
of things,
man.
and it can fit in education or sports. So it's like I said, like again, I'm in the car with young men, and they in my car. You talk about music? They in my car. I don't even play music. Yo,
You're crazy.
Yo, coach, I hook up. Yeah, hook up. Yeah, hook up. Put it on. One song go by, 2 songs go by, 3 go. Damn, bro, we killed 100 motherfuckers. Yo, I mean, damn,
Yo,
sorry. We killed 100 people in 3 songs.
3 songs.
Yo, what we doing right now?
I'm like, yo, hold up.
Oh,
You
so
like,
now
oh.
you got. I get a chance to mold their mind now. Like, you know
Right.
what? Damn, bro, how many people gonna die in the song?
For sure, man.
Like, how does the dude rapping? No, he's
But
17.
you use it as a point. Now
So
you're
at the
talking
moment-
about it.
At the moment, now we get to
Yup.
have the
Now we can-
convo.
Right.
Now the
Now
music
we
goes
start-
low because
Right.
you all
Now
want
we
to
can
talk
talk to it.
about it.
Combo. Yo.
You know?
I do this, yo. I get all the girls in school. Who get the girls? What's your grades like? Not a combo now. Not a
Right.
combo there. Oh, what? Now, coach, I get the girls because, yo, what's your grades look like? You know what I'm saying? You got girls. Another quote. My dad told me that if you look at a rich man and a homeless guy, they both have the same thing, and that's a girlfriend and a dog. So my dad said, no matter where you are in life, you can always get yourself a dog
That's-
and a woman. There's
those
always
are
gonna be there
easy
waiting for
access.
you. You see what I'm saying to you? So it's the same thing in access. Certain things that you, as young men, as they looking for the women, they looking for the girls. I want to be with the bad girls, but it's like
I never heard
you're
that
gonna
one.
find the girl anywhere where you are. You
Right.
could be at your highest point or at your lowest point. You're always gonna get a girl.
That's a good. That's a
Analogy
fact,
I
man.
use
Where you want to be at?
with coaching is definitely. I say, I tell my team, I'm like, what do Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan have in common?
Oh, we already know.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now granted, they are great players already. You know what I'm saying?
That
So
guru.
even, let me ask y'all dealing with this with star players. Star players.
The stud.
You know what I'm saying? The guy.
That know they the guy.
Hollywood.
And know they got it.
Know they the
She
guy.
knows she the girl.
Hollywood
She
knows
she's the
You know what
one,
I'm saying?
son.
She knows she the girl. How do you deal with the star players?
Right.
You know what I mean? We see all these movies all the time. My favorite on Any Given Sunday, my man Willie Beeman and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Willie
Star
Beeman.
players move a little different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All
Yup,
blue, all
Right.
blue chips.
Wow, the whole
He like, yo, man, blue chips. He like,
Yo,
yo,
Tyler
I need
Dowler.
that bag to play.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, 100%.
Oh God.
Yeah, literally. That's stupid.
Hey yo, that's one
really
thing
deep.
when I looked
I know
at
all the
when I
movies.
looked at
All of them.
Doug Collins and Phil Jackson. When you look at where Jordan's struggle was, because Doug had Jordan at the center.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
yo, feed him the ball,
Right.
get out
Give
of
the
his
ball
way.
to Jordan.
And Jordan loved it. Like yo,
He
this
like-
is
Yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
this.
He's my favorite
I'm
guy right
scoring.
here.
But it didn't click.
It didn't click. When
didn't
Phil
work
took, he said I had to go to Jordan and be like, hey champ,
You gotta pass that
be
ball.
clear.
You gotta pass that
Yeah.
ball.
You gotta take it down a
those
notch.
100 points a game may not be 100.
It's
We
not 100.
playing triangle basketball, triangle offense.
Yeah, he
this
said
is it.
Jordan said I wasn't feeling that at
Yeah.
first.
I wasn't feeling
He
that.
said I wasn't feeling that at
You
first.
know,
Six
but
chips later,
6 chips
you know.
later, he
Yeah.
said I understood. I worked less, but was able to make people greater. And that was one thing about Phil. He said I had to make other great players. Can't just be you. And we seen when Jordan took his went and played baseball, Scotty was able to step up and be number one and play that role. And they did well
They
for
got
the
to
most
the
part.
playoffs,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
But it's
sure.
real.
Yeah,
How do
they
you
got the
deal
Eastern
with that?
Conference.
Yeah,
They got to
for
the
sure.
Eastern Conference.
Without Jordan.
Without
Which
Jordan.
means that it was more, obviously, Jordan's
Right,
what
right,
got
right.
you
It's
over,
fine.
over the hump, but
right.
it just shows that Phil was able to get, I mean, people could talk about this all
Yeah,
day,
they went
but
to the East and lost to Detroit.
it got to a point where they, you were able to build around. But like, I would say for me, I mean, I haven't really had any like studs like that.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, you have your best player, and I feel like what's been most successful for me has been keeping that player involved. Again, like, so my background into how I got into coaching was I had a lot of injuries in college, in high school.
Yeah.
I played.
He was playing.
I was playing in high school.
yeah.
I played 1 year and then 2 half seasons, and then I didn't play my senior years because of injuries. Then in college, I played a really bad sophomore season. I was battling injuries. And
Still with all of that, she got recruited. For a
You
ride.
know-
Yeah, with all of that, she
clear.
got recruited. You know what I'm saying? Just
And
how
then my
busy she
junior
was. Who you
year
with?
was I went to Stevens. with Ty.
No, what college was it?
Stevens
Stevens.
Institute of Technology.
Oh, I'm
Boca.
tripping. What's your college school name?
He went to
Oh
Dwight.
no, Academy's at Inglewood. My high school?
Yeah.
Academy's at Inglewood. Yeah.
All right, Academy.
It's a little different. But, you know, and then when I was in college, I suffered more injuries, so I sat on the bench a lot. And I watched the game, so, you know, to your point, when you was catching everybody's jock straps.
Yeah, catching all the jock straps. Jersey. Yo, you missing your shorts.
You were
missing
able
those
to
shorts.
you were able
Only 11 shorts in here. Nobody leave. Nobody leave.
You were
It's 11
able to
shorts.
process.
12 shorts.
You know what I'm saying?
He said 11, I need 12.
I need
can't
12.
close this
Somebody-
bag.
Not closing
Till
the
I get
bags,
12.
Coach gonna read me out.
Charging merchandise.
Right.
I'm accountable for this.
Coach gonna read me
hear it.
out.
Yeah.
But
Snap.
when I was on the bench, you know, I saw the game different, and my coach was awesome. The second coach I had at Stevens, she took me under her wing. She heard me on the bench and in practices, and she's like, so she started taking me into coaching practices and coaching sessions when I was injured, just to kind of keep me involved. And I just felt like because she kept me involved in the worst time of my life, when I tore my ACL my senior year, I'm coming off of hip and shoulder surgery. My junior season, I had literally my junior year. I had a hip injury the whole season, hurt myself. The playoffs, the conference playoffs, I got hurt in the shoulder. Didn't play in the championship. Didn't play in the NCAA. We won the championship. Didn't play in the NCAA. I was all lost. I had 2 surgeries scheduled. Literally, April I went in for surgery for my hip. June I went in for my shoulder to try to give it back by my senior year. First practice back, I tear my ACL. I literally felt like my whole world was done. My playing career was over, and I was in probably the most depressed time of my life. Senior year in college was the most, I didn't want to go to class, anything. But my coach found a way to keep me involved by showing me the ropes on coaching. So now she made me find a different love for the game. Now because of how impactful that was, and I love the game, she knew if I could just get her to see it in a different way and feel relevant, back to everything we spoke about at the very beginning, I can get her to, we can still make something out of it.
Right.
Here, lo and behold, become a coach. So now when I take my stud players who think they're this, and that, and you're better, or maybe not think, but you just are, and you can't really deal with like the lower level basketball, go in practice, go take this court of girls who really can't do layups and teach them how to do a layup. And now they go and they're teaching, oh, coach, that's easy. No, yeah, it's easy for you to do a layup because it's easy for you. Now teach it. Now you're gonna fall in love with the process, because a layup is not just right foot, left foot, shoot it. It's where do you hold the ball to protect it, because now you gotta think about the defense. How every step and then when you break down a layup, I'm talking about the most simple part of the game, but you're breaking it down. Now that player's falling in love with the process. Now she's breaking down her footwork at the advance. So now you're keeping her to be, well, I keep saying her, but because I coach girls, you're keeping her to be focused on developing the younger girls, or maybe the pieces that you need. You want to win?
Right.
You need these girls to be able to make a layup.
Right.
They may not be able to dribble or nothing, but if they can make a layup, so now you keep them involved. Or I coach a lot of youth kids. I have like my own little small groups that I coach young kids, and I bring my players. They text me, coach, you got sessions today? My best players are texting me, do you have sessions? Because they want to come and coach the youth.
Wow.
Because they want it just keeps doesn't just keep you involved, but it helps you see the game at a much broken down level. And if you can appreciate something from scratch,
Right.
Yo, listen, cake is great off the box, but when you got that person who made it off scratch, it's just a little different. You show a little bit more love, care, tender, all that, right? Tender, love, and care. So now that's how I feel. I was able to kind of get maybe some of the better players is you put them in a situation or you put them on the team when we're scrimmaging in practice. I'm gonna put you with the 4 girls who really can't play. Because now you got to be able to lead. So what, you're gonna yell at them the whole time? Now you're gonna get waxed on the court, and you're gonna run suicides after, or you're gonna run wind sprints or whatever the punishment is, unless you can figure out how to get through to the other girls who really can't catch the ball that well. Well, you better sit there during water breaks and teach them how to catch and play catch.
Because now you're accountable for it.
Because now when
Their
you're on the court,
is your
it's
success.
your success.
Their
You know what I'm
success is
saying?
your
So
success.
you got to kind of give them an insight, and then it also gives them an insight on us, what we're trying to do as coaches. Because I just feel like a lot of times they always just feel like it's rah, rah, rah. Sometimes you need perspective. And then you see when my girls start coaching little kids, they're like, oh my God, this is so hard. I'm like, welcome to my world. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a little bit different, and just giving them perspective. So keeping them involved and giving them perspective, and also giving them ownership, like accountability.
Right.
The success of this team is based off how well these role players play. What are you gonna do? You're gonna just bash them all, or you're gonna actually try to develop them? Because if the faster you develop them, we're gonna win chips here and there. But if you're just gonna keep bashing them, we're bashing them, you're bashing them, they're bashing each other.
It's over.
It's over.
I remember when we drilled Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival. What year was that? 16?
16.
Was it 16?
No, I thought it was 14. God, man. I think it was 14.
Yeah, it was earlier than that. We drilled, and I think it was 14, right? So we drilled, we were J Electronica, we were on stage, big stage, right? Now, we didn't really know the gravity of the event prior to, right? I had never been to the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival. Long story short, we up there practicing beforehand. So we up there practicing, and we drilling. It was 14? 14. Okay. We up there drilling during the practice, and somebody's standing out front. I mean, like, watching us practice. So we come back, and we behind stage now. Nobody's there. There's no crowd there. Person comes to me on the side, pulled me to the side, like, yo, man, y'all look good. I was like, oh, man, thank you. They said, but you different. Like, the way you move. And I was like, okay. It was the first time I didn't take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Because I had heard that before. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, the fact that you could point me out from among my team, that I didn't do a good enough job prepping them, that they look just like you don't see one person. You should see one body. And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different mindset. Because once I started teaching drill, I would mess up in practice because I'm looking at other people from my peripheral, like, oh man, you're not moving fast. And like, why you messed up? I'm like, man, I'm over here looking at this person, not paying attention to what I gotta do. Because I transitioned from player to coach mode, where I'm super sensitive to everything. So now I'm looking at peripheral, you know what I'm saying? So when you watch a lot of our drill tapes, you'll see that I'm messing up a little bit. Like, not crazy, but it's because I'm looking at everybody else, trying to make sure everybody's good.
And you're not focused on you.
I'm focused on me. You know what I'm saying? Because once you make that transition, it is. Once you make that transition, it's like, nah, you in a different mode now, man. So that's key. It was something that we touched on earlier, but we didn't really go deep into it. And it was relative to developing that drive and that passion in your team and in your players. Right, I was reading a book, 33 Strategies of War. We was talking about this Spanish conqueror who came into Mexico, and the truth that he had brought over, he needed to develop a sense of urgency in them. So he burned the boats that they came over on, that they would need to take to go home, and he helped them understand, like, when they found out it was him, it's like, hey, Champ, hold up, yo, Champ, what's going on?
You did this on purpose.
Yo, he said the only way to go home to your families that y'all love is through the enemy.
Go through. Don't try to get over. You got to get through.
You got to get through. We got to conquer. We got to win this war. That's the only way to get home. And then I was listening to Doc Rivers, and he said he needed to do the same. He needed to create a sense of urgency, and he put a spotlight in the gym. Put a spotlight where the Celtics banner would go if they won. So before they won, put a spotlight shining right there.
Vision.
But it was a never-ending light. Like the light would never go off. So he asked the team at one practice, like, yo, did anybody notice anything different today? Everybody was like, nah. And then one of the players was like, yeah, this light that just won't go off. And he was like, oh, thank you for figuring it out. Right. Because he wanted them to see, like, this is what we're driving toward. This is where our band is going to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's and you talked about it earlier, East, a constant reminder. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, how do you if your team just, if they lackadaisical and they not, you know what I'm saying, they playing like this is a game. I mean, it's a game, right? You're playing a game, but you're trying to develop people into understanding that you have a goal and that you got to stop at nothing until you accomplish that goal. So if you don't go at it with a sense of urgency, whoever has that sense of urgency, they're going to be the ones who
come over. Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? So you got to create and establish that urgency inside of the hearts of that person. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of strategies have y'all used? I could probably talk to some of Alt's, you know what I'm saying, strategies that he used to put fire under the belt. Yeah, like, I'm still dealing with these damn strategies. You know what I'm saying? But how have y'all, what have y'all done to develop that drive and that passion, you know what I'm saying, in your players?
I mean, personally, I just feel like it comes from you, being as genuine as you can. So like, you know, if I'm passionate about the game, so when I'm yelling in practice, it's always, I'm not telling you, I don't do this to be mean. I'm doing it because I'm passionate, because I want you to understand the magnitude of what, like, if I'm getting riled up, why am I getting more upset that, you know, you're making a mistake than you are? You know what I'm saying? But it actually, what made me think about what I just said was, rewind back to a state sectional championship, the game for the ring.
Woo.
We're
What
down.
was that game like?
We're down. I'll show you the film.
Yeah, I didn't see.
You came to one of the games. You
Yeah, I did.
You came to really good games too. You came to a monumental game.
Yeah, that was ill.
But we're down 10 at the half.
Ooh.
And so we're in the locker room. Like, this is literally, you just finished winning 3 huge games to get to this championship game. We're down 10 at the half. And like the speech in the halftime, it's like, you know, we're focused on plays and strategies, and it was insane. Like, that's a very important moment for us. But we come out, first possession, get a turnover.
Damn, okay.
We finally start getting momentum going our way. The lefty comes down, gets an and one, because one of our players, she was a sophomore, got a couple baskets in a row. We're down 7. And my mentor is literally on the court, on the floor, hands and knees, slapping like on the court, like, let's go.
Damn.
I get chills right now thinking about that moment. Like, he was so driven, so passionate. You can't have seen the guy that we're all playing for, right? Well, we're coaching for, we're playing for each other, but he's the guy who's driving us day in, day out, getting upset, getting invested, not going to his kids' games to come to be there for y'all. And he's down trying to motivate, like, let's go. You turn around and you see somebody do, a grown-ass man on the ground, literally slapping at the floor, like let's get the momentum. Yep. We never turn back. We go, wind up scoring. We got like a 12-0 run. We get the lead and we never look back. But he didn't care about, and that gym was packed. He didn't care about what was around, who was thinking, who was gonna say what. This is what I need. I need them to see that I'm all in.
Right.
He was all in.
I'm all in.
And if he's the guy that's all in, and he would run through a wall for us, and he's gonna get thrown out of this game for us, because he would. He would do anything. He would do anything for us.
I think the game I was at, somebody got thrown out.
You know what I'm saying? So when a player sees just how passionate you are and how you put yourself out there, and you don't care about the noise that's around, and you're just so focused on what's the task at hand and the group that's around you, if that doesn't drive you, then respectfully, this isn't for you, or this group isn't for you.
Ooh.
Maybe basketball on another team works out for you, but for us, you gotta be all in. And if you're not, we have goals, and that moment right there just like defines. He literally put his whole soul into us. It felt like Space Jam, right? He didn't let a little part of himself into everybody. I felt like a little spirit was going into everybody, and now you're motivated. Yeah. And so it just depends, but I feel like when the driving factor is just showing them how driven you are and how much you'll do for them. And it's all back to the effort and 3 o'clock in the morning text messages and calls and pick me up here, and I'm in a situation here, and I need this and I need that, I need clothes, I need sneakers, my glasses broke. You're showing I'm all in.
Right.
If you're not driven by that, then I gotta question your character. You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful. You made me think of another man.
I gotta get back to your coach. My Lord.
Nah, you all in. You know, what floor? We on the 12th floor, and it's something about high-rise buildings, right? the higher you go, the more it costs. You get a different view. You paying for the view.
Yeah,
What we
facts.
paying for? We paying for this view right
Facts.
here. Right?
Not
So
like-
I realize with a team sometimes you get stuck in the day-to-day, you don't see the bigger view. Right? So getting you to once we get to the game, then that other stuff takes over. It's getting you to the game or getting you to see the bigger picture. So sometimes I would even have to be like, okay, we preparing to go a place. So let's think about how you're gonna feel if we don't get there.
Oh,
Right? Like imagine we just like, you know what, I don't feel like doing it. We could take a loss. Like growing up Browns, they would say, win, lose, or draw, you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't fight, it's different. That's a different loss. It's like, you know what, I don't feel like doing it today, coach. I don't feel like playing today. You know what I'm saying? Let's quit. All right, let's quit. We can quit. That's no problem. Let's quit. Go home. Eat popcorn. I said, but when we get to this location and see these other people do a thing, we're gonna be sitting there like, yo, damn, I could have did that. Yeah, you could have did that.
and
And
regret.
it's nothing worse than seeing someone you know you're better than. You know, you're like, man,
Oh,
we
you
could have
touched
beaten
on
him.
it.
Coulda washed.
You touched on
We
it.
could have washed that.
washed
We
that.
could have.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we had got past 3 months ago.
That's a fact.
If we had got our ass to practice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to create that urgency, but yeah, it's trying to show them the bigger picture.
Showing them, it's true.
Let's listen to this. This is how it's gonna feel, man. And I think Dawn, the coach we were just talking about, she said another coach gave her a piece of the rim. I guess we
Right,
need a
of the
piece.
uh,
The net.
of the
Of the
net.
net.
Yeah.
I got my little piece of the net.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo,
Nice.
come on. She said gave her a piece in this as a hope. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? When you win your championship, give me the piece back.
Right.
But I want to give you something
Motivation.
so you know what it feel like. So I think just taking a team
It's all
to see
about how you
that
make somebody feel,
Feel,
man. It's
yeah.
about how you make somebody feel.
feeling is everything right there.
And that passion that like just I wasn't at that game, but I was at one of your games, and I'm feeling the passion from your coach and you. When East coach,
Yeah, she's in it.
oh, she's in a
So
different mode, son. Like I think I was trying to get her attention. I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
I
This
saw
ain't
you
gonna work.
afterwards,
Yeah,
though.
I'm like,
You see me
she's locked in,
Locked in.
like locked in,
That's what I
right?
do in life.
And I was watching something on the I think it was the Olympic I think it was 2004 Olympic basketball team, right? For the USA. And they were talking about when they recruited and they brought Kobe on.
The redeem
The
team.
The redeem
That was
team. The
2008.
redeem
That was
team.
2018.
2008, yeah.
Not 18.
2008.
Eight,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. That was the year we
Oh,
graduated.
yeah.
So I'm looking at Kobe, and he was coming through, going through a lot of trials at that time. But they were like, yo, we needed some experience on the team. But when Kobe came in, they said, yo, he set the tone in the first practice. First practice.
Talk about
They
it.
said, yo, he played defense on the rookie, I think it was the rookie point guard. I don't remember who
Kyrie
it was.
Irving.
Was it Kyrie?
Kyrie.
It was Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie.
Get out of here.
That was Kyrie. Kyrie was killing. Kyrie, other than Kobe, Kyrie was killing everybody at practice. Westbrook, everybody.
Yo, they said he came in. They said every time he touched the ball, Kobe was knocking.
That's why Kobe did that to
nah,
him, because
nah.
Kyrie was killing everybody at practice,
Bro.
and everybody was scared of him. Kobe was like, "Yo, what? Watch out!" And I got and put the clamps.
And put the
on him.
clamps on him.
and let everybody know this how we playing.
And this how we doing
This
this.
how we
And
doing
then I think it was also the game where they were playing
Game when
Spain.
they were playing Spain with Paul. Yeah,
But
we saw a
Pop,
little
it was-
clip.
Yo, he said,
That's
y'all
his teammate.
running in his chest. Kobe, LeBron and them was like, nah, yo, you wildin'.
You seen that clip, right?
Yo, you wildin'. But they said, yo, when they seen him do that, they were like, oh, it's go time.
Oh, that's it.
It's go time.
Jordan and Scotty did it to Tony Kukoc.
Right.
They don't
right.
care.
It was like, yo, he coming to Chicago next year? Yo.
Yep, I'm
Can
gonna
we
make
put the
them look
brakes on 'em?
crazy right now.
Yo, they was like, yo, we gonna
Double team. Yeah.
double team. Yo, every
Yup.
time Tony Kukoc do it.
Yo.
Yep.
It was
And
double team.
the essence of that was like when you coming in as a leader and as a guy, you gotta show your team that I'm here. I'm the type of passion I'm coming in with. You can't come here with nothing less.
Nothing less.
You
If I'm
can't
here,
come
you
in
gotta
and
match
You gotta
me.
match it.
I'm not coming down to you. You gotta
Not-
come up
right,
to
you
me.
gotta come up.
Or raise up.
Everybody gotta
Level
become
up.
better. And when you set the tone like that from the beginning, you gonna watch and see other people step up like that. It's almost like when we was younger. and
Contagious.
You getting fly. You can't have that one dude that ain't fly.
Hold on, I didn't
you know
get
what
the
I'm saying?
memo.
Like Rockefeller days.
By
Dave
the way,
Dash.
I didn't get the memo. And nobody told me about the dress code. I'm coming off a client right now. You're right.
You got the ring. You got the dress code, champ.
You got it.
You good, my G.
I'm coming off a client. Like, yo, Ty, you didn't tell me this.
We don't got no rings
I'm
over
trying to
here.
get my money right quick. Hold up.
We don't got no ring, so we had, you know what I'm saying, had to turn it up a little bit. But
Different
just
type of
feeling the
flex.
essence from your head coach, you know what I'm saying, the type of passion that you're coming with, when you set that tone and you make that the benchmark, you watch and you see other people step up because they see where you left it on the table. I can't come down lower.
Can't.
No, you gotta bring it up. You gotta bring the scale tone up because this is where I'm bringing the team.
But that's with everything.
Right.
That's in relationship.
Right.
That's in at the workplace. That's in everything. I'm not gonna. I mean, personally, I'm not gonna sit there and let somebody just carry all the load. Like, hold up. Oh wait, this is what you're doing? Right. Oh, you bringing in donuts tomorrow? I'm bringing empanadas because you know I'm Dominican. We're bringing empanadas. I ain't bringing in donuts. I eat the donuts, right. But I'm bringing in a little cultural thing. Right. But you know, it's like I just want, you know, you kind of want to show if one person does a gesture, it's you know, it's everything we're talking about. Just show one little gesture and. You just don't know who you touch with that one gesture, and then that another person does it in another way, and then pretty soon the whole office is doing it. It becomes the whole team is doing it. It becomes contagious.
That's a fact.
It's an energy. Energy travels. You know what I'm saying? So you bring good energy, and good things will happen from it.
I remember the first time I was on a Dunkin' Donuts line. Not the first time I was on the line, but I'm on the line and I ordered my drink, and somebody says, "Oh, the person in front of you paid for you." I was like. What do you mean, person in front of me paid for me? Right. Like, yeah, they paid for your drink. I'm like, how could they have paid for it? I didn't order yet.
Yeah.
They was like, yeah, well, they knew I told them the price and they paid for it. So I was like, man, wow.
Pay it forward.
And I pulled off. I could say thank you, but I'm like, nah, I gotta pay for the person behind me.
Facts. Pay it forward.
Keep paying.
It's a great movie. It was a great movie when we were young. Pay it forward, yo.
Like somebody's gonna need it. Somebody didn't have it today or lost it, whatever. And now they got the blessing, you know what I'm saying?
That one little gesture, you know.
And that, as you said, it's contagious. And I was listening to the Minister Farrakhan one day, and he talked about the 3 levels of good. He said when you do good out of fear of consequence, right? You do good out of fear of consequence. He said when you do good just to be seen by men. Mm-hmm. He said then when you do good just because it's good to be good.
Oh.
And then a brother asked me one day, he said, do you know why?
Yeah.
Brother asked me one day, do you know why that's the highest level? I was like, nah. He said, because good is contagious. He said, so when you do good just because it's good to be good, this person does good. Now that, because you doing good to him, now I got to do good to somebody else. Right. Now that becomes a culture of the team. Facts. Getting back to that being that Ubuntu, that becomes how we live.
How we move.
It's not just my energy. If we not all up, I can't just look good. I can't be nice. I can't win the chip by myself.
100%.
Or I could with a lot of injuries. Like, yeah, I won, but goddamn, I can't walk.
Yeah.
Like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we good. I accidentally just so Kev could break down. But yeah, we definitely on the wrap up. Definitely on the wrap up.
This is something it's as heavy as the head that wears the crown. Right? So recently, what's the name got fired? Is it Steve Nash got fired from the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah.
Nash.
Steve Nash
got fired. That was interesting.
When they asked the general manager, of course, it was surrounding the Kyrie Irving. The timing of it was crazy, but we ain't dealing with that part.
Right.
He said, it was like, why did you fire him? He was like, he said, well, it was coming anyway, but we wasn't meeting our goals. And I said, that's a funny thing, and that's why we started triple-double leadership. Like, the thing about leadership is, as soon as things start going wrong, you start changing heads first. So he said, yeah, he been here like since 2020, but since we're losing, you're going to get rid of the coach. And I'm like, that's the other side of being the coach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're the one responsible or not, because the minute the team start losing too much, it's like, yo, all right, change the players, but eventually we know they're going to change the coach.
Facts.
It's coming. All right, you got to go. Even when Phil Jackson came here, I was shocked he didn't do well here. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do well with the Knicks. I mean, we thought the savior was
like, oh, we good.
We like, oh, we good. Like the GOAT is coming.
I don't know what could help the Knicks.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's so Phil like, I'm good, bro. My target office ain't working
came here and drafted a kid from France.
Right.
That was his first pick.
Right.
A kid from France.
Right.
I was like, this is not gonna work, Phil. This ain't even.
Yeah, it's done.
It was good. You had your time.
Done,
You had your time. It's
done, B. Done, B. It's going to Raptors somewhere.
We need you to coach the coaches now.
Right.
Coaches
Coach clinics. Coaches clinics.
Yeah.
With just coaches and coach assistants. Yeah, coach podcast.
Do y'all feel that responsibility?
Hell yeah. What? I didn't start basketball. So I start basketball every year in September. I didn't start till November. Parents on my head right now. Like, yo, ripping, bro. Yo, what you been doing for 2 months? I'm like, yo, I gave the kids time, get acclimated into school, get the grades right. Like, yo, you ain't none of that. He in the crib bugging me. He bugging me.
This is your time.
Now,
Parent
Now-
time.
Watch this now.
Involved.
Tournaments usually start, or leagues, they usually start now. They go from November, December, January, you kind of end like February, right? They got a game next Sunday. They only have one practice. See what I'm saying? So, whatever the team does, I already know what the parents going to say in March. I already know what March going to look like.
So the pressure's on.
I already know what it is. So if we don't do good from now to March, it's gonna be, see, you started in
started late,
November
yup.
and and because that and say, I already know.
Right.
If we don't get the like, my man, so my boy runs the brand called Barriers. So this is our 30th year in National Ball. So he doing our jerseys for us. I don't get them jerseys. I already know what it is.
Yup,
Though I
yup,
could have
yup.
gave you the 100, but you wanted the pressure, and I'm dealing with children again.
Yeah, word.
So the pressure of somebody's child not being quote unquote well taken care of is so much pressure. Like it's a lot, you know what I mean? Because it's just deeper than the children. You don't want to make them feel bad, and then you're dealing with the parent. And
Facts.
if I show you on my phone, they call
And
me
do
on
y'all
phone.
feel personally responsible when you lose? Like, do you
Oh,
feel like, damn,
my
I failed
God.
as a coach, or you felt?
I don't like losing as a person, so I be trying to I be trying to make it feel cool. I mean, it ain't nothing. I be in the car, I be like, yo,
Yo,
my
mad
wife,
as
I be
hell. I'm calling everybody under the sun.
I be on the
What you
phone
saying
for
Friday?
hours.
I'm driving. That hour drive is the easiest drive going home because I'm venting to
Oh,
everybody.
I'm like, yo, these kids is crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, Maury shot a 3-pointer from half court. What's he doing, man? I'm talking to somebody, they don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going it
I
off.
should have had a better practice.
Probably me.
But
Yeah, one of the 5 times.
you know, to me, I think at least personally
I'm
at my
gonna
level,
call you now. I'm gonna vent to you. I'm venting you.
Somebody who knows what
that
you're talking
relate-
about.
Somebody that can relate.
He's gonna be
to
like,
my
what? Why would we do that?
I have my own stories
Nah,
too.
I'm coming.
I have my own stories too, but I feel like at the collegiate level, it's a little bit more pressure, obviously, because you're on the, yes, there is pressure, 100%. But I think at the higher up levels, the collegiate, the NBAs, the professional overseas, it's a little bit more because you're dealing with egos and you're dealing with money.
Money.
Yeah, that's
Right
a big
now,
deal.
money,
You
that's
got
the
money
real.
involved.
Ticket sales.
I'm not
Scholarship,
dealing with
ticket
money.
sales,
You know what I'm
jersey
saying?
sales.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I definitely think that it's a responsibility on the coach. So there's like a little bit of like a saying, like if your team loses by like 3 points or under, it's a coach's fault.
Ooh.
Whoa.
If we're losing by, we got blown out, man.
yeah.
I mean, I could have done
Strategy at
everything
that
I could have in practice. It just wasn't in us, or we just didn't have it. But you losing by 3 points, you could have done something different. One possession in the second quarter, whatever it is.
Wow.
And
I've heard that one
Strategy.
before.
Yeah, it's a
Actually,
fact.
going off last season, I give a lot of credit to my mentor who just teaches me the right mindset as a coach. And we were, it was crazy.
Damn,
you guys,
coach's mindset.
you guys were talking about adversity, and last season we faced 3 moments that were we faced the most adversity, and the championship team wound up. We started off 0-5. We lost our first 5 games. First 5 games of the season. Coming into a season where we prepared all summer, fall, was everything preparation for the season, and we just didn't start the way we wanted to. And I think 4 of the 5 losses, we lost by 3 points or less, and the 1 loss, which was 2, and they were all ranked teams. So, but we still had a chance. All ranked teams. We played top 25 teams from New Jersey the first 5 games, and we lost all 5 games. All games we should have won. I think the one game we lost by 7 to Morris Catholic. That was probably the highest margin in that streak. And I'll tell you that the amount of conversations my mentor and I had, it was on the car ride. I would just spend hours just looking at a blank TV because you're thinking, what is it that what can we do? So you go to practice and we change strategies. We got tough in practice. We gave them a fun, easy practice. You're trying to change up your philosophy.
Right.
Something got to change because you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So we're coming in, finally my mentor, who's the smartest brain in terms of strategy that I've ever met, he, got us into a really good offensive system that kind of started changing the trajectory of everything. But, we took those losses as like, we were joking, and this is not so much of a joke, but we always say like Coach Cueto was like on suicide watch because he was really like on some like,
That serious, right,
like it was that bad. Like my weekends were ruined. We're losing a game on a Saturday and I don't want to talk to not a single soul, not my mom, not anybody, until the next practice. I couldn't wait for practice on Monday because I'm like, I need to get back in the gym to try to figure something out. We wound up winning our first game, going on a 15-game win streak, first place, but we lose the county championship. We lose the county championship, the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. That was the worst. And we were talking about feeling and like how you said before, you got to show them perspective. This is how it's going to feel when you lose. And we took that, players definitely didn't hold up their role and people didn't bring to the table what they normally bring. That championship game. It was our first time there. And, we were playing against Bayonne, a team that had been there many years. It's different. Experience is different at that point, but we still should have won the game. At the end of the day, because you think of, we'll still talk about certain, that possession, or if we would have just scored here, if we would have just maybe ran this play for this person, things would have changed. But what we did instead, and this is where this is where the fun side of coaching is. So as much as you feel that pressure and you feel that hurt when you lose, we felt that feeling, and all we kept saying to the girls was, and this goes back to everything, ties to everything we were talking about with the quotes and the 1424 and that one thing you look for. I remember I told the girls the 24-hour rule. It was a Saturday, we lost, the game was at 12, we lost, by 2 o'clock we had lost.
Come on.
I said to my girls, everybody was depressed. Everybody go home, feel your feels. You have to go through it. Can't get over it. Don't get over it, I'm over it. No, you're not over it. Feel that. Let it sink in, let it hurt. I had parents texting me, my daughter hasn't left her room. Like, I'm concerned she hasn't even eaten. I'm like, listen, we're depressed right now. Let us we all depressed. Not one player. We all depressed right now.
I'm annoyed from you too. So
but as a coach, what my mentor was able to do was tell the staff, Monday, it's a new tournament. We started the States. We're still qualified for the state championship. So he's like, Monday's a new game. So now I'm texting the captains, I'm texting Fernando and Elaine, like, yo, you guys got to make sure that everybody, by Sunday night, you lived through it, you dealt with it, you threw it in the garbage, because we got another tournament coming on. So now, right away as a coach, because you understand that pressure, you got to change up, because if you stay depressed, we all going to stay depressed. If our head honcho, he's depressed, we all going to stay depressed.
Right.
But he was able to say, and right away Sunday night, he's sending us, all the coaches on staff, here are the potential teams we're going to play. So now he looked at the state bracket. We were in first place, so we had home court advantage. And he's sending everybody film. It's a switch. Here are all the teams we might play. Watch film. So we're prepared for their plays and everything. So now you got the coaches involved in a way that we forgot about the game because now it's a new challenge. All right, I got to watch this film on Columbia and find out what their plays and their best players are. And we're scouting and you're preparing, and now you're preparing the team. So now you win a game, and you're on that high, and then the next day is like, cool, we won it, let's celebrate it, but now we got to prepare for the next person, because it was every other day. We literally played Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday. It's every other day. In the States, so understanding that pressure and understanding what it felt like to lose and feel like it was our fault, holding yourself accountable. What can we do to change the energy?
Right.
Because in life, we're all going to lose. We're all going to hit points. I want to be able to teach these girls that even when you lose and you're feeling at your lowest of lows, you just have to switch up, change gears, and move on and look at what's the next goal? What's the next milestone? And then we were able to fight adversity going 0-5, and then you go on and win 15 games in a row. Win the, co-champions of the league, which means we had the best record in our conference. And then we lost in the county championship, another defeating moment. And then you go and you use it as a teaching lesson. So for as much of that pressure you feel when you're losing, you might get the chopping block, you use that as motivation.
Right.
I don't want the chopping block.
Right.
We might have had a moment where I might have had the chopping block, but let's say if Steve Nash would have changed something up, or maybe he'd still be on staff.
Yeah, definitely.
It just, nothing ever changed in the energy. I can't speak for the NBA because I don't really watch it too much. But from experience, it's like, yes, you have that fear lingering over your head, but it's that you got to use that fear as motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want to think about the negatives, right? I'm coaching a kid. Count your makes. Don't count how many times you missed. Count how many times the ball went in. So you're always constantly thinking about the positive, right? Half glass half empty, half full. You think about these stupid little sayings when you're young,
Right.
but then it all makes sense. Yeah, is the glass half empty or half
half
full?
full.
The way you approach
changed
that,
your-
it changes everything.
changed
You
your
talking about the
mindset.
negative, it's half empty? Nah, you're negative. You
Right.
take that energy somewhere else, you know?
Right.
So, again, as much as you feel that pressure, you got to be able to overcome that. And yeah, you take accountability, because when I show accountability, my players have to show accountability.
Right.
I'm coming into practice and saying, that's on us. We should have ran this play.
Right.
Probably would have won. And now the best player is saying, yeah, man, and if I would have hit that three, or if I
Right,
would have
so
made
now
that extra
you're-
pass. Now everybody's holding themselves accountable.
Area for improvement.
And there we go, Ubuntu again.
Right.
Yo, it's all
Bring
comes
it back
full
that way.
circle. I don't know. This is
No,
a great
it's
conversation.
And
I'm
it's
thinking
like
about.
you said about energy. It's like, because energy is not created nor destroyed. It's only
all.
transferred between sources.
Okay,
Right?
engineer.
Come on, you know what I'm saying?
I learned a little something at Steve. You know what I'm saying?
Show my degrees.
I just learned that the other day.
Got a degree. But it's like when you watch a movie like Kung Fu Panda, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like my man, I think it was 1, 2, and when he threw the energy ball at him, he took it and he redirected that energy. You know what I'm saying? I heard the minister say this. He said a change in attitude and you might redirect your will. So the moment you just change your attitude toward the laws, I changed my attitude. Okay, you know what? I could look at it as a failure. I could look at it for an area for improvement. This is where I went. I didn't play his weak side. Okay, great. So because of changing attitude, I actually was able to redirect my will going toward the next game of the next series. So
Learn
that's
to
key.
learn to take it in and make adjustments.
Right.
My favorite word. Yeah, ask some of my players don't know. My favorite word. Adjustments.
Adjustments, right.
Because you're not gonna know the first time. You're not gonna understand. But let's identify where the failures were or where the mistakes were, and now let's fix it. Now, fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me
Fool me
come
twice, I'm the idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I
right.
didn't learn my lesson. So it's all
blame
relative, and this
on
is what
you.
coaching is. Life coaching doesn't matter what you coaching. Drill, basketball, kids, parent. What do you think? I'm not a parent, but I'm a coach.
Right.
I'm a parent.
Right. Facts.
I'm a parent. You know what I'm
Super
saying? And so it's all relative. It's all important. Just learn from your mistakes, make adjustments, and then do your best you can to carry out those adjustments. It might take a game or 2 or 3, but it can't take more than 3 games.
Right.
Because we can't win.
Right. So let's cap it at the 3 game. Game with 1 or 2.
Right,
But I don't like even numbers. No. I really don't.
Man, I think you straight?
Yeah.
All right, we straight. So the last 2 questions for y'all. One, name me your favorite coach. If you had to pick one coach. One coach. You had to choose.
Of all time,
All time. All time. Anytime, any bracket,
Coach
any year.
Carlos Cueto. That's my mentor, man. He just
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah.
he just taught me so different. Because he didn't teach me the game. I learned that from Coach Bree in college. He taught me the game a lot. I learned a lot of my philosophies and a lot of my approach to my system when I was coaching my AAU team, which was I was the head coach in that team. Came from my college. A lot of my drills come from my college coach, but just the way he made me understand how important it was outside of just the X's and O's and just like how important we had 2 girls from the 4 seniors last year that won the championship go on and play college basketball. Full rides. We got 2 girls from the hood going in and not paying a cent. And you know how much it costs to go to Stevens. I'm working, I'm hustling to pay off my loans, and I'm proud to say that we got 2 girls through the door, and he just keeps driving that and we have conversation with parents and all of that. So he just taught me so much more about what life coaching is, you know, over just the X's and O's. That's cool, you know. I love Greg Popovich, right? We're talking about the real.
Right.
But what Coach Cueto taught me, what my mentor taught me, just it's invaluable, man. And I take a lot of pride in carrying out a lot of those philosophies or growing from that. You know, he always told me, don't be me. He texted me one day, don't try to be me. I was so upset. I asked my cousin, I was like, yo, what does he think? I'm not trying to be like him. I was so offended, but I understood what he said, what he meant. Be your own coach. Learn from what I'm telling you, but get your own identity. And he tried to kick me out the nest. Like, his intentions are all there, man. And you just have to respect that. So that's my guy, man.
Love that.
I ride with him every day.
Right.
He knows that.
Love that.
Who you got, Kay? Don't tell me Coach K. I mean, if you do, I won't even be mad at you. Because I'm going to automatically assume it's you.
My favorite come my mom, bro. I think my mom was my mother. Yeah,
wow,
I think that was
that's
my
tight,
best
that's
coach,
tight.
bro. I think because she knew a way to. It didn't matter what was going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
She knew what I needed. You know what I mean? At the time, sometimes my mom would tell me, "He's an idiot." Straight up, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
She can.
straight, you know what I mean? And sometimes she knew when to be like, all right, it's okay. Yeah, you right. You know what I'm saying? Knowing I'm dead wrong, so she just knew temperaments and just, she knew when to turn up. And like, you know, my mom, we had this thing, like, going to school when I was young. I used to get in trouble all the time. My mom was like, she'd come to the office. Where my son at? Let me talk to my son real quick. 5 minutes, what happened? As long as I told her what happened, all right, that's what happened. You sure? That's
Right. If I go in here, tell me you lying.
Cool.
Right.
Yo, see, this is the problem with y'all in here, messing with my son over here. You know what I mean?
Got
He
your
just wanted to
back.
wear his coat inside. Why he can't wear his coat inside?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
He cold.
she had these formulas, man. Like, you know, a lot of people that, you know, gotta look at the source, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything came from there. You know what I mean? Any other coach I got, it just, if I ain't see, man, I got married with my wife. My wife woke me up this morning like my mom did, and I was talking to her about that. Like, damn, my mom used to walk in the room like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just, exactly.
It's always
I walked
around.
in the
She's
room.
always
Yeah.
relevant.
So, like, I think that's the biggest thing for me. I think my mom was my biggest coach.
That's tight.
That's tight.
That's beautiful, bro.
Love that.
Capo, you want to say it?
Phil Jackson.
Phil. Ooh, can't be Phil, bro.
Just watching him from Chicago to LA, I'm like, yo, it's not luck. It's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying?
bro.
And you got to deal with egos at that
Yeah,
level.
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? Right. You know
You're
what
better
I
than
mean?
me, man.
Biggest egos.
This guy,
NBA's best.
That's about two of the, if we say who the top 5 players in life is,
Right.
2 of them played under him.
Under him, no, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So how do he deal with that? So
Shaq
this-
up there, too, so he
Phil.
really got 3.
In Zen. Because you know, anytime you read
Yeah.
a Jack,
Shaq under his
Forgot
wing,
about
too.
Shaq. I forgot
Shaq,
about
too.
Shaq.
you talk about Phil
was
Jackson, he
everything
was
too.
just in Zen. Dude likes to just do some crazy,
Yo.
you know, but
Yeah, he had him in there doing yoga.
Another general, another line.
Meditating today,
Open
y'all.
Chakras up.
Right.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
meditate
Another line
today,
from
y'all.
General Patton was a pint of sweat to save a gallon of blood.
That's right.
A pint of sweat to save a gallon of blood.
go figure that.
Phil hands.
And you got all the quotes. Hold
Yeah,
back.
he quotable. See,
You have to run this back
yeah,
for
we're
me.
gonna
I'm
have to run
to
it.
check
We're gonna
all
need
of
these. We need these,
Phil, you
man.
got Tom.
Man, I'm gonna go too far.
Gotcha.
Right, one, and it's gonna be interesting. Like my favorite movie, Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Favorite movie, Remember the Titans.
You gotta be a
right?
real person. It can't.
Yeah. Nah,
Nah,
they
it
real.
can't be
They
Coach
real.
Carter. Coach Carter not real, so you
Wait,
can't
nah,
name.
wait.
You can't say
It's
Coach
based on some real
Carter
shit,
is my favorite coach. He didn't live.
I got
real
a
life.
real one and I got a fake one. I got a real one. I got a fake
You
one.
can't say Terrence Howard and Pride. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying?
Terrence Howard and Pride.
Sunset Park. You talking about as my coach? Like,
Hoosiers, like
Yeah,
that.
Hoosiers. Bring it
Nah,
on.
Ty, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
it
it's
on,
my
I
goddamn
got it.
podcast. I can say what the hell I want.
It's your
You know what I'm
podcast,
saying?
right?
My
My
shit.
fault.
It's
Be
it,
humble
huh?
myself.
Be like Nori. I'm taking
your
my whole-
guest.
taking
I'm
this
your
whole
guest.
shit.
Hold on. I'm doing too much. I'm your
Start your own.
man.
Start your own and set the
Start your own
rules.
podcast.
If it's the coach from Mean Girls, it's coach from Mean Girls. Whatever you want to do.
Hey,
Whatever
man.
inspires you, bro.
Yeah, whatever
Triple double
inspires
leadership.
you.
Hey, Coach.
Watch.
Coach
Let me back
Boom.
this. Coach Boom. Coach Boom.
knew
But
it.
but real talk, I was really gonna highlight Coach Yotes, right?
Go ahead.
Coach Yotes. And the reason I say this, right? From Remember the Titans.
That was the white guy?
The white guy.
You like the white guy?
I like the white guy. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. When you look
Shout
at
out to
what
Eden
he
Whites.
had to deal with, right?
Yeah,
He had to
okay, so-
come in. He had to humble himself to work in this particular environment, right? Because he was looking at the team. He looking at these young men who he coached from grade school all the way to now, and he didn't want to see them throw away their chances of going to the league or going to college based off of this racial thing that couldn't be figured out. So based off of that, he said, I'm gonna stick with the team. But one of my favorite scenes is when they in halftime. And after Campbell gives his speech and says, you know what I'm saying, no, coach, you demanded perfection from us. And we gotta give you that.
chills.
But when Yotes stood there, he humbled himself and said, yo, Herman, I need your help on the defense. Like as a coach, as a man, as a player, as a woman,
Yeah, no, 100%.
to be able to stand there and say, yo, I need help. Like the game is on the line. I don't want to sit here and be arrogant in my own mind because I got the defense, you got the offense. No, I got a humble mind. I need help, son.
That's tough. That's tough.
So to be able to say, you're like, yo, I'm willing to put my pride on the line. I'm willing to call me whatever you want, but I need help because I understand the bigger picture. I understand what we're striving to accomplish here. And if you got the right plan, let's make this happen.
That's so tough.
For that one, I'm going with yo. So
I like that. That's acceptable.
You know what I'm saying? For my fabricator.
That's acceptable.
On the real side, brother Sadiq, it's the man who really trained me in security.
Big Six.
You know what I'm saying? Big Six. And the reason I can, say him is because I've really learned, if he's worked directly under the minister for, I think it's got to be 40, 45, 50 years now. Very long time, right? But he's taught me so much, but he's taught me how to grow people. Mm-hmm. Like when you see something in someone, and I've learned the mastery of this one can take that one can't. But I've got to either push those buttons or I've got to find someone to push those buttons so I can see where to grow them from. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of times you got to put your players through trial.
Yeah, this is everything we talk about.
Yeah, you got to put them through conditions so that you can actually see where their failure points are. Because if you don't bring that person to the point of failure, you don't know where it is. And they used to ask Muhammad Ali, how many push-ups can you do? He said only about 2 or 3. They'd be like, 2 or 3? He said, I don't start counting until I can't do no more.
Wow.
That's when I start counting my push-ups.
That's
when I feel that
crazy.
burn, that's when I start my count. So I can only do about 2 or 3.
That's crazy.
I said, my Lord.
Wow.
So until you at that door, and I learned from him how to put people through. And that's very difficult for me as a leader, because for me, it's all about comfort. It's all about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to put you somewhere, but I watch him put people through to that point where you about to break and then bring you in. And still know how to, once he bring you there, bring you up, bring you out, collar you, raise you back up. Because his point isn't to break you. He wants you to see where your break point is so that you can learn those tools on how to grow, how to bring you to the next level.
Because when your back's against the wall,
come on, man.
Everything's different.
Because that's when it counts. It counts at that point where it's no longer coaching. You in real time life now. You in real time. Because all of the coaching that you all are doing that we've done is life coaching to the point where they have to make a real decision.
Yeah, now it's like.
Now it's life or death.
Yeah.
But what tools have you been prepared with to make the best decision in this hour?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my business partner would say, he said, yo, when you in the heat of a moment, and I think it comes from a Navy SEAL line, when you in the heat of a moment, do you rise to the occasion or do you fall back to your training? Mm-hmm. You don't, because I've been watching Mike Tyson videos, but I'm not actually training like Mike trained. Because when I'm in the street, I'm not about to just hit some dude with some, Mike knocked him out. Yeah, Mike is also a Brooklyn brawler.
Yeah.
But he got different muscles. Yeah. But whatever I've trained to do, if it's to run, that's what I'm going to do. I'm out. I'm out of here. Why? Because that's what I've been doing my whole life. Mm-hmm. But if I've been training to 10 toes down, to throw that, if I've been throwing that, the moment somebody come, I'm going to just hit it. Like, I don't know. I fell back to my training. Mm-hmm. You don't rise to the occasion. So whatever we've trained for is what we're going to be executing. You know what I'm saying? So.
Beautiful thing about coaching, right? All of us is that I say this to the team once. I say, y'all think I'm coaching y'all, but y'all coaching me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one getting the training. I'm the one that's if no one else is growing here, I'm growing.
Really.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm forced to grow now.
Right.
I'm forced to grow.
Right.
Forced to grow. So you made me think about what you said about Sadiq is that the minister was talking about Captain Yusuf Shah. He said the captain forms you. He said captain gives you the form to be who you need to be, so that when he's no longer there, you're already who you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as a coach, as a trainer, when he moves, you still the principles of what Brother Sadiq is already in you. That's what I did this for. You know what I'm saying? That I could not be there. You know exactly the way I would think.
You have to think about it. You've trained it.
If you as coaches, if your phone went off and you didn't show up. Would the team know what to do?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm teaching them now.
That's it.
I ain't talking Esau. They show up to the game.
That's the biggest thing. I'm teaching them now.
Today.
I come, so we have practice, and I'll come, and I'll be in the gym, and I'll leave. Just leave the gym. 6 o'clock practice. I just leave.
Word. Yo, you do the little.
Come back in 6:20. Yo, why the ball's not bouncing?
He coaches 8-year-olds, by the way.
Right. So we're running this training on 8 years.
That's what we're talking about here.
Yo, who the team captain? Because you say team captain. Mimi, you Mimi. Oh, you too. So why the ball's not bouncing?
Word. So you're responsible now.
So what happened? Y'all know what we do every day? How long you been with me? I've been with me 3, 4 years. How many? 4 years? So you don't know we start layup line, free throws, we run. You don't know the drill? You don't know arms 1, 2, 10. 1, 2, 10. We don't know that? We don't know that?
The coaches count 1, 2, 10.
So I got you. Everybody get a basketball. We're gonna run. This is called Indian runs. We're gonna run. When I blow the whistle, put the ball in your head like this. Work. Keep running. I blow. Same thing they doing. This is college drills. Get them. Now I want to walk in the gym next day. What you think they doing? Yo, don't dribble. Coach here. Coach here. Don't dribble. Everybody hold the ball. Yo, layup lines.
It's a condition. It's conditioning.
Nice. Oh, what's going on, yo? 6:30. What's up? How long we got in the gym? We had us 8, so we got 2 hours. So I wasted 30 minutes of my time. I bet. I'm gonna waste 30 minutes of yours. Let's keep running.
No, that's facts, man. Listen. On that point, and I agree with that. On that point, besides my ring and my jacket and my little net piece and all of it, my biggest flex is being proud to say that I'm breeding little coaches. Because all my players love like when we do camps and clinics for little kids, they got their own team. I'm talking about they're running into the office. Coach, you got a piece of paper and pen? I gotta draw a play. It's a camp game. What are you talking about? Like,
it's not that serious.
Just inbound the ball, give it to your best player, then shoot a 3, and if it goes in. No.
It's no reason.
You know what I'm saying? But it's because that
dope.
means that we're breeding the next generation.
That's right.
My philosophy is gonna be carried on.
Leaders, yeah.
And not just mine, just they're gonna change up, and then they're gonna be able to breed their own, and it's gonna be beautiful, a beautiful thing when I see them. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? When your playing career is done, play as much as you can.
Right.
When your player career is done, and I'll be so proud to see. I can name at least 3, 4, 5 of my girls that I know if they really wanted to, could coach, and just the joy and the enjoyment and the feeling I get from coaching, if I could see those girls in the future doing the same as me, going through the ups and downs, the gray hair and the whole, I got grays because my girls done give me grays. They gonna pay for this hair dye.
It's just to match the Letterman's, It's to match the Letterman's.
It was, you know what I'm saying? they pay me back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's a big flex, yo. It's just to know that your impact was that much that you got girls saying they want to be, I'm not saying like you, but doing things that you do, because I sacrificed a lot to be who I am for them in their life.
Facts.
I love for you to give back to somebody who needed you.
Right.
Because I needed my coaches. And they know they need me.
Facts.
So when in the future there's gonna be a little girl out there who's gonna need you, and if you can go back and just give back some of it, man. Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
All
man.
comes together, man.
Triple
Full
double
circle.
leadership.
Oh, boom.
Man, we're gonna close out on that note. So just a quick go around. One word that you would give to a coach that's on the way out. Just one word.
Just literally one word.
One word.
To a coach on the way out?
On the way out. They coming into coaching.
Oh.
And you gotta give them
sacrifice.
One word. Sacrifice.
Damn, I don't even know if I could top that, honestly.
Nah, you take sacrifice.
I got another one. It was on
I'm gonna go ahead and take that one. I'm gonna go ahead and take that one. Inspires, amazing. Yo, sacrifice is it,
She got sacrifice. I take inspire.
Damn,
that's leadership. That's leadership. She ain't happy. I thought tossed to the alley. You know what I'm saying? That's leadership,
man.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
Oh my God.
Nah, legit. That's a great word, man. Sacrifice. If I would have picked my own word, but she didn't took out my second word, which was really my first word.
Right.
I mean, my big, like I said, adjustments. My biggest thing is adjustments, man. You gotta be able to.
I like adjustments.
You just have to be able to take it in and flip it. It's always a green. The side. What is it? The grass is always greener, or whatever. And you just gotta make adjustments.
Just a big Instagram word is 1 or 2 words.
Clout.
Self-care.
Yeah, tough.
Is that one word?
Yeah, because it has a hyphen.
No, I'm trying to.
I put it because it has a hyphen.
Self-care together.
Because maybe I could have had it. You know, maybe I could have.
Man, could
I
have
coulda
I could have thought of a hyper word. I don't know. Like, I don't see my options was open.
Hyperventilate.
For part 2, I keep that for part 2. I keep that for part 2.
Man.
Nah, legit.
Man, my lord. I'm gonna take attitude.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay,
take attitude.
I like that.
You know, because with the proper attitude, there's nothing that you can't accomplish.
Attitude what, Ty?
Attitude, very high maintenance.
You know what I'm saying?
Check this out, ma. I'm running out of my patience.
Oh, damn. All right. Let me drink some of this.
They always say, remember the Titans, that attitude
Yeah.
reflect leadership.
That's right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Attitude reflects
real.
leadership, man.
100%.
That was the coolest part of that movie,
Thank
man.
y'all so much.
Thank
y'all.
y'all so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
Clap
This
it
was
up for my
awesome.
two
Y'all.
coaches.
It was nice. It was nice.
Thank
Great
y'all
podcast.
again tuning into another episode, Triple Double Leadership.
Double.
My brother.
Peace and blessings.
Appreciate you guys. That was
She's the
excellent.
queen.